Hello,
What's up?
everybody. What's going on? Hey, my fly family.
I know. See lady.
Jana versus Jana. Big Riz.
Yeah, Rizzo.
Listen. Practice was done at 5:30, but one of the kids had a birthday party. So
Happy birthday. Well, not happy.
they did the cupcakes. Hey Cheryl, Howard J, Willie Sir. How's everybody doing? So listen, let me turn off my phone real quick or turn it down. So,
Oh, you see, I got my hair did. It was painful, but I got it did.
it wasn't that painful.
Oh, it was terrible.
But then one of the that one parent that always comes late. We had one of those. We had one of that. I'm just saying, she's always late. We're always waiting on her. I'm just saying.
Well, don't do that.
Hey, I'm biased.
I'm biased.
So,
hey, Urban. They
hey, something by Sophia. Hey, Siege. Don't even no. We guys.
They Siege. Don't make me call my brother now.
You can call Siege and you can call your brother. If my answer's still gonna be no. No means no.
She being me. She
tell Siege what happened in math class. Just tell her what happened in math class, and
so
she'll
today,
understand.
No. Today, yesterday.
Yesterday's test. Let's talk about yesterday's test.
Okay, so yesterday I got nervous, and no, because you how would you even know?
I know my child.
I know my child.
Hey, Urban, how are you?
Hey, Urban. They Siege.
She said, "Don't turn us down. We got stuff to say." Right.
Didi Seed. So we took a test, right? And I studied.
Yep, because we studied together.
So before she said, well, no, before I left, sorry, she said, write nice and neat. Well, no, she said, write on a piece of paper. Piece of paper. So you can write everything down and then show your work and stuff. So when you have a chance, you can write nice and neat. Right. Now, I'll take this. I did not do that. I did not take a piece of paper and I did not take it out.
But what did you get? What was your grade though? What was your
I don't want to say my grade.
No.
I didn't
Let's say
it to you.
So you said it to me, right?
I did?
You didn't. You said you was too embarrassed to even tell me, right?
Yes.
So if you too embarrassed to tell me your grade, what makes you think I'm gonna let you do something that you want to do?
So you want to know my grade? Can I say my grade in front of all these people?
I don't want you to tell me your grade because I know it wasn't a passing grade, and my answer
technically it wasn't a passing grade.
What's the grade?
But can I go to church if I say it in front of?
No, that's not gonna make me say yes, Alex. No, you're not going.
Okay.
Was it higher than a 60?
Oh no.
It wasn't even higher than a 60?
I didn't even get a 60 the first time.
I'm talking about the second one.
Yeah.
The second one was higher than a 60?
No.
Oh, so they was both lower than a 60.
Yes, but I did better than my first test.
Oh, well, then, it is.
I got close to a 60 though.
Well,
Would you let me speak?
Hey, Zach, how are you? What happened? We was glitching over here. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, Al. So,
okay, let's restart.
Hi, Gina. How was your day?
Oh, I got something to say to you, Gina.
My day was good. Before you say something, did I hear something about a 60?
No, we got lower than a 60.
You said that with pride.
Right.
I'm confused.
No, I'm deeply terrible about my grade.
What class is this?
Math. I'm not really smart in math.
You need help? You need tutoring?
It's not
He
tutoring.
knows it.
I do. I just get nervous.
He knows it. We went over it. He
Well,
didn't give me
hey,
any
Carmen.
issues when we went over it. And I kept asking, Alex, you sure you got it? Mine got it. I was the first one. He was just like, I didn't feel like doing it. Okay.
What?
That's
Well,
what you said.
No, I did not.
You said you
Now
wasn't
you're just
feeling
making
it.
up stories.
You said you
Now
wasn't
you're
feeling
just
it.
making up stories.
Hi, Gina.
You still got a 33 on the first one.
Because I didn't pay attention that well.
okay.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after the live.
Right.
Okay. But Gina, I
Was
figured.
it a test?
Time out. So last week's live, we talked about optics and shooting, grip
We
and
did.
everything. So my dad.
Can you
Hey,
stop
Carmen.
Billy?
Hi, Alex. I'm scared to say hi to you. You in trouble right now.
He is all over the place
Hey,
right
Shay.
now.
So my wonderful dad and hollow son, he got an optic for me.
I thought it
So-
was going to be something for me, but okay.
No, well,
Right.
it is a knowledge. Knowledge is for you.
Okay.
So apparently, the platypus comes with a raised sight, so you can shoot through the window with iron sights.
So you can use both. You can use your iron sights and you can use
Yes.
the. Shut up.
No, I can't show you it.
No, I didn't say show me. I said.
Oh shoot. Oh.
I'm walking.
Crazy.
Hi, everybody. Hey, friends. What's up, my sisters? Alex, come on, bro.
It's math. I'm not good in math.
You
Well,
are
that's
Don't
what
ever
we're
say
doing.
you're not good. Don't say you're not good.
Money.
Tutoring.
But if we're doing two-step equations, it's not good.
You did it with
Oh,
no
you can
time
figure it
when
out.
we did
Because
it together.
you know me, it's Maynard. It's Maynard.
Maynard's the math teacher.
It's school. You got to get through this. Just look at it. It's just a process. It's like anything else. It's like learning how to handle a firearm. It's like eating properly for cross country. It's like going to bed on time so you can get up in the morning. This is no different. Don't ever say you can't do something. Don't diminish your expertise or your opportunity to exceed and excel before you try. So don't say you can't do it. You can do it.
I can't.
Everybody can do it.
Not with the teacher. I can't do it with this teacher.
Your
Yes, you
problem,
can.
it could be the way it's being explained to you. Maybe that's not connecting. But there's some of us out there that actually are pretty good with math.
And science and English.
See, I'm good with
math.
English,
Science and
science.
English. It's not
What's the other one?
It's so here's the issue. Let's talk about the issue.
Social studies. I'm
So-
good with all three except for math.
So what the math teacher is, he has a whole different attitude with math than he does with the other teachers. So with math, the teacher, it's about Big Zo size. Okay, so the math
God,
teacher,
no. Big Zo's big. Well,
no,
Zo's
okay,
tall.
he's like 2A in LA size, right?
Okay.
He's very tall and whatever. And he's intimidated by Alex. And that's the issue. When you tell a child you're intimidated by them because of right. So now it's like when you say this in front of Alex, first things first, Alex is not going to respect you on this level. And I think that's where the disconnect is. So I think that Alex understands it, but I don't think Alex respects him.
No, time out. I respect him. By all means, I respect him. I just don't like him.
So you don't.
No. When you don't like somebody, you don't like somebody. So I don't like you as a parent, but no, I like you as a parent. So say if I don't like you as a parent, but I respect you as a parent.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
This is where the talking stops, Alex.
I respect the man by all means.
But
I'm sure that Gina and Carbon will tell you the same thing. We've all had supervisors, bosses, professors, teachers that we didn't like, directors that we didn't get along with, neighbors that we didn't necessarily care for. but it's up to you. Don't let somebody else's attitude affect your ability to learn what you need to know to go forward. So is his attitude or his disposition more important than you getting what you need? No. Why are you allowing his behavior to control your environment?
I agree.
Can't do that.
Because in the end, he's still going to be a teacher. Do you want to be a
got his degree, right? And I'm sure Carbon, Gina, and your parents, even though I know you don't listen to your parents. I didn't listen to mine, so I get it. But
just look
I'm sure
it's only 40 minutes. Just get through the 40 minutes. Learn the info and go.
What's 40 minutes?
40 minutes.
For what?
The class.
Nah, that's an hour and 30.
It's an hour and 30. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 30 minutes.
I got to do with that man. No, I got to do
30 minutes. Get through the hour and 30 minutes. You don't have to,
30 minutes. I got to deal with him for an hour and 30 minutes. So that's 2 hours. I got to deal with him. And I don't want
so let's let him control the rest of your life. Let's let him do that. Let's let him fail you and make you take this math course over and over and over again. Let's do that.
I know it's a little hard to go from homeschooling back into public to a school setting. However, it's going to teach you how to interact with many different personalities. Some you're going to like, some you're going to love, some you're going to be like, it's learning people. So just look at him as a project, right? And just try to figure him out. He's a puzzle. You don't like this about him, but you like this about him. Next time you're around him, just try to find 2 things you like about him. And you'll learn to get along with him just a little bit better. You'll learn to tolerate being around him a little bit better. It's just an hour and 30. That's all. Then the rest of the day is yours to do whatever you do.
You can do it.
Imagine being 8 hours a day with that person. That's adulthood. You have to work 8 hours directly with someone that you just really want to just gouge their eyes out. Like, that's life.
It happens.
That's life.
You
get through it.
Yeah, don't let other people's attitude or disposition control how your life goes. This is like, I wouldn't let a supervisor I didn't like get me to the point where I wasn't in control of myself, because that person has to write my review for my raise. Yep. So I have to find a way to navigate that relationship, to handle that relationship.
Yep.
And I'll do whatever it takes to get the money I deserve. So from 9 to 5, I have to make the adjustment. But that's why you've got that brain in your head. Use your brain. Don't let your emotions override your sense of intelligence. It never works out well. Does it?
No.
Never.
Alex, you hang around all these adults. He should be a piece of cake.
Right.
You're around so many adults.
Yeah, manipulate them.
I mean, I could. It works.
You're stubborn. You're allowing your stubborn side of your personality to impact that.
That's what I'm saying. He's disconnected in the class, so he's not receiving the information. Like when he's home, he could do all the work. As soon as he gets to that classroom, Alex is disconnected, and that's an issue.
There's no girls in this class?
There is.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, I know that's kind of a attention grab there.
No, that's
girls like smart guys.
I was going to say, no girl wants a guy that can't do basic or complicated math. I don't.
Just saying.
You need math because everything is computerized. Everything deals with math. Is definitely a subject that you want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Learn. So definitely do whatever you got to do just to learn the information. You don't have to like him personally, but you know.
Hold on, I'm going to show you real quick.
He totally cannot win this argument.
He's going to.
He's going to get his little math paper.
You're not understanding what I'm saying.
He's right. That's what it's boiling down to.
By all means, I'm paying attention.
We know you're paying attention, but you're trying to win an argument that you cannot win.
I always win my argument.
And if you're going to prove that you know it, then that's really not going to win the argument because you just said that you got under a 60. That is unacceptable.
What is this? No, this ain't one. No,
And that would have made me cry. Bad grades would make me cry.
I won't say I was that bad. My oldest was.
Ooh, I did. I got a B1. I cried my eyes.
That was my oldest. I was like, girl.
I just keep the beating and kept it pushing.
It made me feel like it was the end of the world.
I was like, I don't want to get my ass whooped on this one, but it's all right. It's only 15 minutes long. I'll be all right.
Hold up. First test, I got a 33, right? That's when I was in class. But then we went back over it and I got 100. See, it's the teacher, but he keeps saying it's not the teacher. I don't know how these kids passed his class because I don't know.
If you come home and I'm teaching you it and I know you know it at home, you still need to apply it in the class.
But you're making it make sense at home. Something's not clicking in the classroom.
I do good with you. I don't do good with him. Who's it? The teacher or me?
It's you because you're disconnected.
From what? Y'all win. I'm done.
Go take your shower.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll just give it.
Hey, Rambo. How are you guys?
Hey, Rambo.
Oh, I was John Wick today.
I can agree, though, that I was just literally talking to my oldest about this. She's grown now. She's not in school anymore. But when she was in high school, she took a course that was very similar to an accounting course I took in high school. But it basically, the book, like being able to balance your checkbooks and stuff like that. Basically, it was like kind of like your assets and liabilities. Basically, I coordinate that with balancing your checkbook. If you have an asset, that's a plus to your checkbook. If you have a liability, that's a minus. That's how I tried to explain it to her. When I tell you, it was like I was speaking a whole nother language. It would not click for her.
Adding and subtracting. That's
not that. It's not.
But it didn't click for her. And then another student worked with her, and it made total sense how they explained it. So I can get that sometimes there's a disconnect for how one person can explain something to another. For me, math, I didn't need explanation. I could literally look at a book and figure it out. My brain worked like that. That was the only subject my brain worked like that in. But for some reason, I look at numbers and it makes sense. It just does with no instruction. So I can get it that for some things, it depends on how a person explains it to you. Because I had a friend who almost didn't graduate because of math. And I was like, you're overthinking it.
Yeah.
Stop pressuring yourself. Because the test anxiety is another big thing.
Yeah.
It really exists. Some people can be the smartest people in your classroom, but you put them in front of a test and their mind tells them, I only got an hour to finish this, and they panic.
Yeah.
And
I get it. A teacher can make a difference, but if you know it, and you're not able to reproduce in class, that's something in you have to look at.
Right.
Because if you can otherwise reproduce it, then it's not the teacher, it's you.
Yeah,
that's true.
And we're always going to encounter people, obstacles, things that we can't change them. So we have to learn to maneuver around it. I mean, that's what life is about.
Yeah.
Hey, Felicia.
All right, I gotta finish my steps, but I'm listening. I'm all sweaty.
Okay. See you, C's. Bye.
We're gonna get him together.
He ain't got a choice but to get it together.
Hey,
Mango Slayer. So let's get to the topic after Alex tried to dig himself out of hole, but was making himself hole a little bit deeper.
Right. He was at 16.
Wait, do you teach him? Do you tutor him after school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe
that's the problem.
Never mind. Let's go to the subject. Get Alex in trouble.
So let's talk about if we have a problem finishing projects. I have that problem. I have that. It's bad, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I started my garden. It's not finished. So I moved it a couple of months ago. I planted seeds. I have different things. The seeds that I planted are not coming up. It's the seeds that was already in the soil are just coming up. Like I'm having new tomato plants come up, and I didn't plant no tomatoes. Oh, my radish is coming up. I waiting for my bok choy and greens to do something, and they're just not doing it. So, but then I went. You're guilty.
For sure.
Yeah. That's why this camera never moves from here. Everything around it is chaos or unfinished projects.
Right. Even my bug out bag. I took everything out to rearrange it. And then I was just like, oh, I have to go get this because I needed it for whatever reason. I could have finished putting it together, but I felt like I needed to stop to go look for the one thing that needs to go inside that section, and then found something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now I gotta put back my bug out bag and stuff like that. So I seen an app, and the app is for what people like that have ADHD and whatever, all those things. But it's supposed to alert you every hour to let you know what you're supposed to be doing. I can't work like that. I'm too spontaneous to be in order like that.
I was just about to say, so you mean that
Hey,
when I'm
Melissa.
cleaning out a room or a closet and I come across something like a photo album and I stop and start looking at it, that's a problem?
Yes, that's a problem. You should be like, oh, let me put this to the side. And when the room is done, I should be able to go back to it. We have a habit of finding excuses on why we need to stop doing something. And then we can't sleep at night because we're thinking about all the things we did not finish.
Yeah. I need to be like I am at work. I mean, at home, like I am at work. Because I am very task oriented at work. So I have um, a desk pad and I write down the things every month. I write down all the things that I need to make sure get done that month.
Right.
Because I work a lot of reports that have to be done within that month. And I check them off as I'm doing it. It doesn't matter. Like I might put them on Monday. And if I don't get them all done Monday, now whatever didn't get done Monday, I will make sure it gets checked off on Tuesday. And then I start with Tuesday.
Right.
At home, child, listen.
I'm working as we are on here. My for me, it's like, well, talking about prepping. If I don't get everything that I need for that project at one time, that's when you lose me. If I gotta wait like 2 weeks for one thing and the next thing it just sits there. It's a little bit different because I don't have kids in the house, so you guys do. So I get it. It's harder to do it that way, but for the most part, if I want to do something, I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's my interest because I lose interest really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I get frustrated, I'll walk away and then I'll come back to it. But
yep.
And then running a YouTube channel, trying to catch up with everybody, and then the conversation is good. You'll be in the middle of cleaning the house or doing something, and you're like, "What?"
Yep.
You stop to listen.
Yep. I can absolutely be that way. You get to your comfort zone.
Right.
Yes.
And gardeners, like you guys are outside a lot, so I think that's more difficult than.
Yeah, and I'm organized in that. I'm very I have certain areas. I'm not going to say I'm disorganized in all areas. I have certain areas because I'm a planner. So I have those areas that I'm very organized in. I probably need a planner for the projects, like a project planner. And maybe then I could stick to getting a project completed. But when my mind is, I'm like you, Carvin, when I'm like, I have a goal of something being done, or I want to get something, like I want to get prep items or something, I'm all in. I am all in. And I used to be to the point where I had to have them, like I wanted it all then.
Yeah.
I that's why one thing about me, I have never been able to do layaway. And that is why. Because I don't want to wait for my things. My mind
Right.
is going to change by the time I would pay a layaway off. I'm
Right.
not going to want that stuff anymore. I need to get it when I want it. And that's the end of it. I have never once done layaways for that reason. Because I know me. I know I'm not going to want it a month or two later. Because now it's not as exciting as it was 2 months ago when I put it in layaway. I'm
So
just weird like that.
it's not weird. It's not weird. Y'all just the same people. I get it. I
I just
understand.
forget what the hell I laid away. I was like, I laid that
That
away.
part two, that's why I'm not gonna be interested because I don't even know what that was. That was 2 months ago. Like,
Right.
So I'm also, well, I used to be guilty of, especially with prepping channels, when somebody says like you gotta have this, right? And you felt like you had to get it
yeah,
then, and then you realize that, like you said, you don't have everything that functions with it, like a tent. And then you'd be like, oh, I'm going camping, but you don't have your sleeping bag and this, and that. But
yeah,
then again, Erica comes around and be like, hey, Gina, you have your tent, even though you don't have your sleeping bag, but where's your first aid? And
yep,
now you walk away from your tent to start
Mhm.
your first aid, and then you know how it goes, and then before you know it's garden season. So now you
Right.
stop all that side of the prepping, and now you got to do your food prepping.
yeah.
Right.
Like the project that I had to get the create room, and then I entered the 2A world, and it was like, what create room?
Right. Who said great? Like, why you
Right.
cursing at me now? Why you bringing up old stuff?
That's so old, right?
Right.
That's so long ago. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, it was 2 days ago, but that was then. We're here now.
Right. Right.
Hey, Ray. I do lay away. I buy it and lay it away. So now I do that.
Oh my God, right.
I do that, Ray. But
Right.
yeah, I can find myself not finishing projects for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now TT Urban Pantry,
Mhm.
Best Yet Journey, and Gina versus Gina was like, get yourself a planner.
It actually was me and TT because we actually talked Lydia into doing it as well. Lydia
Right.
don't care about no dang on.
So now you got these two women like, oh, you got a planner? Oh, that's amazing. But you got the stickers? Do you got your die? Do you got your stamps? It's like, girl, I got the planner to help me plan my rest of my preps, and now I got a plan to add more stuff to my planner.
It's so addictive
That's what I'm
because it
saying.
makes your planner look cute.
I understand that, but I need my planner to keep me organized. I don't
And
need
it's
my.
all about what you need too. So remember that. If
That's
you don't
true.
need stickers, you don't get stickers.
No, you told me I needed stickers, so I got the stickers because you said it. And then every Friday there's a sale, and
Now I think that's predatory. So I really don't appreciate when y'all be sending me those posts because I get them from you and TT, and I'd be like, y'all can stop with the spam because I'm done sending money to these people.
Mhm.
Felicia, I'm gonna do the same thing. Hi, my name is Felicia, and I'm a finisher.
That's right. I'll keep saying it till it's true. Amen to that. Because Miss Felicia, I have still two shawls that I have not finished, and I think I might even have a blanket that I have not finished that I'm crocheting. So those are two craft items I have not finished. No reason. Like I could be sitting and watching TV and crochet
Right,
Right.
you could be doing it now
or
while you
watch
on
YouTube.
live.
Yep.
So finish your work whilst we talk.
Right.
You
I,
gotta
I
multitask, yeah.
I need to do better. I put them away, and then it's like out of sight, out of mind. And then if somebody brings it up, then I'm like, oh yeah, I do have that. I can go ahead and I'll do a few rows, and then it goes right back out of sight. It's bad.
So, well, you admitted that your room is a little cluttered. That's why we only see this one corner because you have
And
over.
it's not even that neat. It's just better than everything.
That's me.
Yeah, you need to
This
see
is
my
what you-
desk. My desk is looking ridiculous right
Oh, the
now.
desk is chaos.
Right, right.
right.
But I have it in my calendar,
I
like,
have
hey,
seats
you need to
all
clean
over
off
the
this
place.
desk. Right,
All over the place.
girl. My kitchen is looking crazy because I
Oh,
had cut up some peppers and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna let my seeds dry. And when I said I'm gonna let this sit here and let the Billy's face was like, if you save any more damn seeds, if you don't get my kitchen clean and all these seeds put up somewhere, I think
they kind of dry.
Billy is gonna lose it. I promise you, Billy's gonna lose it, and
Tell him
I'm
that's
gonna wake up
silly.
and all my seeds are gonna be in the garbage.
My husband has
No,
done
don't
that
do
on
that.
accident before. I was so mad. I had some seeds on a paper towel and he thought it was trash and he threw it away. And I'm like, sir, please stop touching my things.
Right. G3.
I'm gonna let you play. Gotta go to the store. That
But
honey mango vice is in the red. Me.
you're like,
J3, first things first, you're in Georgia, and I don't understand why you not shipping me some of your mangoes. You and Jay, y'all some disrespectful individuals. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody want to send me their freaking cash apps so I can get my mangoes and my lime lemons. Because Jay keeps saying the lemons are green.
they
I
are,
like and they're limes.
they ain't ready. I love that though. I have a couple projects I need to do here. I got some heavy duty shelves. When we moved offices, didn't need as many shelves. Hey, Miss Felicia. So
How are you?
I told them I
Hey
wanted to
y'all,
go.
How are you?
I'm good. Y'all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And I need to set them up in the basement because that's what I planned on doing to get some of this stuff out of here. And they're in my garage, disassembled.
It took me a month to put my bed together. It was just like part by part, by part. Is
I
this
got. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Why is it a problem?
That you start things and not finish it. Cause then you just
Yeah,
forget that you're even you forget that it's even a task until something comes up and then you be like, I remember doing it one day, but then I forgot where I put it. So then it becomes a
I see.
problem.
I don't see the it becomes a problem part. What I see is that, and maybe I'm just looking at it differently. But what I see is that we have lives. Y'all have real lives, but we have lives, and you have a lot of stuff going on. You're
That's true.
busy. You have children. You have husbands. You have businesses. You have a lot going on, and the things that are priority get done. Are your kids hungry? Yes, because you got a boy and he's always hungry. But
Right.
is he undernourished? Is he underfed?
No,
No.
no,
Are you sleeping outside? Yes, because you got a tent and you like to bug out, but not because your house note ain't paid and they took your house.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Do you make it to work on time? You make it to work, you get your job done. The people who that you are supervising at work get their jobs done. Your boss is not trying to fire you because you're not doing what you need to do. Is your husband acting a monkey? Yes, because that's what he do. But he's happy and healthy and your marriage is stable. You and I'm talking to all of y'all. I ain't talking to Erica. I'm talking to all y'all, and I'm to myself too. I think what happens is especially as women, but But I think what happens as women is that we don't celebrate our wins.
I
We
agree.
don't celebrate our accomplishments. And so it feels like, oh my God, I gotta get this done. Oh my God, I gotta get this done. Oh my God, I gotta get this done. You ain't looked at what you did. You ought to be exhausted. Sit your
Mm.
butt down and get some rest. That's what you need to do.
That's
Lord,
true.
If
you
you
just
look
came
at
in here
what you
and just said facts.
Yeah.
if you look at what you've really done, and Gina, I'm guilty. I had that blanket. I know I started that blanket a good 20 years ago. I finally finished it this year.
Nice.
Hmm.
It wasn't a priority. What have I been doing the last 20 years? Raising boys.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Was that blanket a priority? No.
Mhm.
When you retire, you can finish that blanket or shawl or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or not, girl, or not. You
We
know,
talking
you can get
about
rid of. There's people in this world who finish projects that other people started just because they like doing that.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Okay, I said what I
I,
said.
I
I
will
love
beg to
that.
differ.
But yeah,
I do too.
mhm. Made me feel better. I was like,
Because
Hey.
it is true. I like Saturday. I've told several people this. I've been low energy since Saturday, and I don't know why. I'm just low energy. I think I know why, but I don't. Anyway, lady stuff, guys. That's all. But anyway, honestly though, even with being low energy, like Miss Felicia said, my family got fed. I
Mm-hmm.
got up and went to the store like I always do on a Saturday. I was out there in the garden taking care of a few things, but to me, I felt like I didn't do anything.
You're not doing enough.
Right,
Hey,
right.
Nikki.
But you really did, and I think
Mhm.
we need to stop not celebrating our wins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Celebrating our wins. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't do much today. But Bella's still alive.
Hmm.
You know, that's my dog, y'all. Y'all don't
Yeah.
know. She's
I
still
know
alive. She got fed, she got water, she got exercise. Okay, that's a good day.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
I mean, there's a hundred other things that I could have done
yeah,
today, and I
Mm-hmm.
would have felt good if I had accomplished, five of them. Um, but I can't beat myself up because I didn't do a hundred other things.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
See,
I like
that's
that.
Miss Felicia. You made it. He said, "No husbands unite." That's
Hey, Nikki.
Hi, Shanna.
Um, funny.
Oh Lord.
How
There's that husband. He's fine. I knew
right.
he was fine. He can come in here and make drop comments like that. He's just fine. No problem. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
bougie.
I'm glad you said it like that because that is so true. We tend to because we wear so many hats, we
Yep,
juggle so many things. We
Mhm.
have made that our normal. I know I have. Speaking for me, I have
I,
definitely made that my normal.
I can say that.
And if it's not being that, I even feel guilty when I'm exhausted and I don't want to cook at all. That happens every now and again for me.
Right.
Most days
But
I'm fine. I come home and cook.
but Gina, you got meals prepped in your freezer that your youngest child can take out, pop in the oven, and have a home cooked meal in less than an hour, probably, with no assistance from you.
I don't know about all that, but I have
I
meals
mean,
kept in my
she
freezer.
might she might have to say, you might have to say what temperature to put it on.
Hmm.
But other than that, you don't have to get up to do nothing. You can just say, go and get the one that's got a label on it, take it out, take the top off, don't take the top off, whatever, pop it in the oven, turn it on, whatever. And in an hour, hour and a half tops, she can eat a
Yeah,
home cooked meal.
yeah,
That's true.
But you feel guilty because you're too tired to cook. That's crazy.
I do.
I'm calling it out, calling you out. That's crazy.
Yeah, because yesterday, I he's in the chat. Oh yeah. So Yesterday I wasn't feeling Billy, y'all. I wasn't. And it wasn't really Billy, it was his dog. I was laying in my bed with Alex and we fell asleep watching the movie and the dog gave me a nice little nip, right? And I had to chase it through the house at 2 o'clock in the morning because she's very overprotective with Alex, but she noticed that I wasn't in the place that I'm usually in next to Billy. So I hurt my hip chasing her and I slid and hit the dresser or whatever. But I was like, hey, I'm injured because of your dog. And I was like, oh, let me cook. And I still, but reality, it was, he heard it in my voice. She don't want to cook. So he made a nice meal. But Alex
Yep.
was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and feed myself because your voice is sounding like you really don't want to do this and you're trying to convince yourself to do something you don't want to do. So I was like, oh,
We do.
I'm
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
We do.
But
And 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 I'm talking from experience too. That's the other thing. I'm talking from experience. I've been on that road for a long time, down that road, on that road, you
Mhm.
know, um, and fighting that, not fighting it because it's so second nature that you just, what do you do? I mean, I was even talking to my therapist about it, about how hard some of those years were, and I'm like, it was so hard. I don't even know how I made it through. I just put one step in front of the other because I had my kids. I
Yep.
had my kids. I had my family of origin. I had my husband. I had all of these people. I had the people who worked for me that were depending on me to hold it together and get stuff done.
That
Right.
part.
Right.
And and if I missed one little thing, I beat myself up about
Same.
it. And I had to learn to stop doing that because it's not healthy. I really
Really.
had to learn to stop doing it. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is celebrate your wins because you're doing a lot.
Mhm.
Um, and also realize your priorities.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a child at home, Erica, you got a child at home, Gina. What's more important? All of them, that bug out bag or that child?
Right.
What's more important? You know what I'm saying? That project or that craft room or that child. When your baby needs something, ain't no doubt in my mind that you there.
Right.
That's true.
You got that. You got that. It's about prioritizing things. You're doing a good job of putting your priorities, keeping your priorities in order and getting the things done that are necessary.
Mhm.
It's a whole lot of I would like to and I want to kind of stuff that may not get done, but the need to do stuff is getting done. Okay,
That's
Yeah.
I'm gonna
true.
jump down from here because I done said enough for the day. Thank you for letting me talk.
Thank
Yes,
Y'all
you.
y'all
anytime.
know where
Just
y'all know where I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice meeting you.
Hey,
was
African.
up here preaching.
And she made a lot of sense because we
She
don't
did.
celebrate our wins.
Right.
You know,
I'm gonna
I
buy me
show.
a cupcake today. I deserve it.
Listen. Uh,
Hey, African
I don't
dream.
even know what to say to that.
uh,
That's what she made me feel like. Like I need to go out here and buy me a cupcake and celebrate myself. Have me a T-bone steak and mashed potatoes.
listen, I'm with
They
you. I feel like
Brazilian
I need to celebrate myself.
Right. I'm
Ah,
gonna really bring home some balloons.
that part. Hey, resilient dad. I had felt guilty because I hadn't made my hot sauce yet. I had harvested them peppers and
Mhm.
they were sitting and sitting. I said I better do something with these peppers before they go bad. So I did that
Mhm.
yesterday. Finally, I made some hot sauce.
And it looked good. Was it? Is it spicy?
What? It is
Spicy?
spicy.
I thought you were gonna say
I want to find some little some little jars where I can send some people some to
Dollar
taste
Tree
it.
has them.
The little
The little
ones.
ones. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go look because it's I think it's really good. I was
I'll
proud
send
of
you
my
some. Matter of fact, I do have some. They're skulls though. They're like little skulls. They're little
oh
glass skulls.
yes.
I'll send
I
them
may
to you.
run up
I'll
there
send them
tonight
out
because
tomorrow.
my Dollar Tree I think doesn't close until like 8 or 9. I don't know.
I'll ship them to you tomorrow. Don't you worry about it. Don't you
I thought you said watermelon jelly. I was like, what?
worry.
I may or may not have made watermelon jelly.
Yeah.
Here's my phone.
Hey, Gina.
You know
I
what?
I actually haven't even dropped the video yet for it. I did video the rest how I made it this year. But I made that
If y'all
weeks ago.
haven't tried her watermelon jelly, holy smokes.
I told you, Carbon. When I got it, I was like, "This is not gonna last." I was talking to Carbon, and she was like, "Oh, I got mine." And I was like, Carbon, it's been like a whole hour. How does it? She's like, "Oh, girl, it's almost done." I said, "Wait,
When I tell you I felt the same way, that I knew this year that was
no,
gonna
it was good."
I
That's
knew
by
it was
far
gonna
so
be good.
good.
And I feel like you can't make it with store-bought watermelon. You need to
No.
grow the watermelon because the flavor in homegrown watermelon is so much better
Mm-hmm.
than store-bought. And when I am going to post it. I need to edit it. We'll put it together. Urban, I want some hot sauce.
Anytime.
Yeah.
That yeah, that watermelon jelly is the
So
truth.
good. You should do like a little Christmas basket with the watermelon jelly, the hot sauce, some nice organic type of cracker thing. Oh my gosh. With a little bottle of wine, girl, buy a little
Oh,
bit.
that's a good idea.
Actually, Zach, I don't know if you like spicy stuff because my watermelon jelly is not just watermelon.
Sure,
It's
Daddy, you know,
actually
yeah, I do.
watermelon jalapeno jelly. Just so you know.
Yep.
But
And
he
it's
did say hot sauce
listen,
too, so
it's not
but it's not hot. It's got a kick,
it's not
but
that
it
bad.
wasn't.
It does
It's
have a
a
kick.
very good flavor.
What, the watermelon jelly?
When
Yes,
Billy
It does,
tried
but
it
it's
on a
not gonna tear
live,
your stomach. It's so good.
it is.
It's just like it's like a flash.
It
And
is. It's
sweet.
so
yeah,
good. It the
it's good.
watermelon flavor of it to me just tastes like a Jolly Rancher, and
Yeah.
then it had the heat to it. It was like a
It does.
watermelon Jolly Rancher.
It's good.
Reminisce about it.
It was.
It's really good.
So, so
It
listen,
was. It was
I need a
definitely
male.
Hmm?
I need a male to tell me their point of view. Because men have a lot of weekend
Mhm.
projects. And y'all know, Billy, it takes a little while for Billy to get to his weekend projects.
Most guys.
Um,
I don't think they are
right.
like
But
where
I,
they
I
feel
want to
like
know how they feel of,
if they feel
do
pressure
they
and
feel
getting those.
pressured into getting, yeah.
I like
Because
to know that because I don't. In my mind, I don't think they do, but they might. Hey, Whiteside.
wait, Urban, the limbs are still on the thing. And the gutter's still not fixed. That's the update on that tree part. And the tree's still dead, standing up. So that project is still in full effect. It's not, yeah, it's still in full effect, y'all. Eventually, I'm gonna get the chainsaw and just do it myself. But and then
And see,
that will
that's
be,
another problem
you
for
know,
me. Like, if I give a task to be done and it's not done in what I feel like the time is, see, I'll just because I don't. I'm not trying to say this as if like I could do all the things, but I can do a lot of things, and I don't ask for projects to be done
that
because I can't do them. Okay, so
right.
if
Mhm.
you drag on doing it, and I could have just done it myself, I'm just going to do it myself.
You're always jealous of it.
What she say? I'm trying so hard.
He has a project for 3 years.
Is he in here? Hey, Shanna.
Skilly,
Um,
a man has weekend projects. A weekend project is like cutting the grass to like making sure the brakes, the gas is full in the car. There's certain things that are expected from men on
Okay.
weekends. I don't put gas in my vehicle, and when every time I do, I make sure Alex is in the car. If Alex is in the, if I have to do it, oh, Billy's here in my mouth. I will call Billy at the gas station, like, why am I putting gas in my vehicle? That's to me, that's an issue. I think that should be an every Sunday thing to get me through the week. And I don't even go many places. Well, I take Alex to practice, and there's no excuses why that's not being taken care of. Grass, he
mhm.
does it well, now he's down to 2 days a week. That should be done on the weekends and whatever
That's a
time he
lot.
has.
You be cutting that grass a
Right,
lot.
he does. He has not. But and I need to know, does he feel pressured? Or be like, yo, I have to get this done. God forbid a pipe over here, a sink gets clogged and I can't unclog it. I feel like,
Mhm.
listen, I tried. You need to come here and you need to do what you gotta do. Because I can't wash dishes and I can't do this. So
We know
yeah.
them, J3GS. We know those tasks. The thing is, y'all want to be the ones to do them.
I do man test.
Me
I'm
too.
just saying.
Have a, it's just
Right.
me.
I do
Riley ain't doing
too.
nothing. So like I bought my mattress, one of those mattress. I just wanted to try and see how it is. And they delivered it to the apartment downstairs. I'm on the third floor. They delivered it
Mm-hmm.
to the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
The box is bigger than me, but
They
I
did that shit on
got
purpose.
it up those steps.
They did that
Yeah.
on purpose.
I got it up those
They
steps.
was like, we're not going up there.
I
Yeah.
think so too. I was like,
You're
you
being
many
lazy.
other Amazon package, just this one you put downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I
Right.
got it. It took a minute. It was funny, but I got it up
But
there.
you got it.
hmm
Yeah.
3 flights. I was like, why? Why? You can put it on the second floor.
Right.
Meet me halfway.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
J3, there's a lot of single women that take on both roles.
Marry women who can do
I'm
both.
not saying a
Who
lot
do
of
those two best.
single men don't take on both roles, but it's convenient for a man to go ahead and just pick something up or have a work wife that, will help take care of that problem. Hey, Skilly.
How you doing, Miss Erica? How
Skilly.
you doing,
Yeah.
Carbon and Gina?
Hi, skills. What's going on?
Nothing. I just had to pop in here
When
because
you coming up here with
she
attitude in
just
your
ain't gonna
voice.
mess with my brother like that. So much she call him when she at the gas pump. Why you put no gas in your car? Why you calling him?
That's a man's
What?
job.
Because it's not my job, Skilly.
Oh my God!
It's
Here
the
y'all go with
man's
this. It's
job
not
to
my
make
job.
sure that woman has gas in her vehicle, Skilly. Everybody knows this. I mean, except for you.
I'm clutching my
No.
pearls. I'm like African dreaming here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What is you clutching your pearls for?
The fact that you even asked.
Yeah, that's what you wouldn't pump your wife's
So
gas.
that means you don't fit.
I
You
pump it
don't
when I'm
right.
in the
You
car
don't.
with
You
her.
don't
Yeah,
fit. That
yeah. When I'm in the car with her, yeah, I pump her gas.
what?
What you mean? What? I'm not with you. What you gonna wait till you get home and possibly run out of gas and fuss at me? That
No,
make no sense.
but there's men who will make sure that their wife's car is filled, even if they're with them or not. Like they'll come home, they look to see if it's filled up, and they make sure that their
Right.
wife's
Well,
car.
I'm sorry. I get home
That's
at
part.
1:30, 2 o'clock.
Urban said it
I
right.
Mm-hmm.
Car washes, oil changes,
Yeah,
etc.
it's man's job. Since
okay.
everybody's complaining that women aren't women and we don't do women stuff,
That part.
you guys got to do your part. I agree
That's why I said I
wholeheartedly
could
with you
just
guys.
ask,
If you
but
guys do it, I'll do the woman stuff. I'll do it all. I'm just not taking the
I'm
garbage
gonna
out.
cook, I'm gonna clean.
I don't do none of that tank up. I don't want to take you to the other the gas station, all of that. Yeah, so yeah.
Nobody
But
knows it.
I'm gonna say this. I get at home at an odd time in the morning. I be ready to go to bed. So I'm sorry. That's probably because the woman
Aw.
and all
Right.
that good
And I'm
stuff.
sure she wakes up
Oh,
early in
poor
the morning,
baby.
and when she gets home, she wants to be able to make it home. Exactly. Tiny violin. Don't give him that
Right.
big one. Give him a little tiny one. Yeah.
Does she, wait, so Skilly, does your wife take care of the kids?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you say take
Skilly,
care of kids, what do you mean by that?
She's probably there with
like
them
she
more than
makes
you
sure their
are, because you
clothes
at
are
work all the
washed,
time.
they're right.
Yeah, she
You know
does
what,
take care of my
Skilly? I'm gonna put you back.
I take care of them too. So we both equal.
Physically or
Yeah, but
financially.
you're supposed
There's
to.
two different things.
What you mean? What she
We
supposed
get
to take
that
care of
you
the kids?
financially
Like
taking
I
care of
supposed
it.
to take care of the kids.
Are you there? Because when you there, you said you tired. You're
You hear
sleeping.
what Howard J said? I'm sorry, Gene. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And I know
I had to put it up here so
somebody
we
else who does it.
That part, Howard J.
Yeah,
And why wait?
yeah.
Now I will let mine go to that first light, that 50 miles to E.
Yeah. Because women are terrible with gas. We'll let it go all the way down.
Yeah, y'all will, cause I get on my wife.
That's why
I
you
get on my
should do it. You should make sure it's good. We make sure your
and
drugs,
that's why it's your responsibility to do it.
sure
No,
your
that part.
everything else
And
is together.
she, she's
Yeah.
well,
That's
like
another
I
one,
said,
Howard J.
I got
When
to
I
pop back
take
up
out the
and get the
trash,
ready.
I get yelled at though when I do it, but I do.
Now
Why
I
you
get on
do?
my son.
I do it,
Right.
and I when I do it. First things first,
No,
everything
I
that
don't
I
like.
do, and I feel like I should not be doing it because I have Alex and Billy in the house. Oh, Alex hears it, and Billy gets the phone call.
Right. He's
I
a man
said,
in training.
let me smell my garbage. I
Work.
am going off. So they have the garbage, making sure the gas is done, the grass, and clean the bathroom. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me have to ask them more than once. It's gonna be an issue because you don't ask me to cook every day. It's just expected of me. So the same responsibilities you expect of me, it's the
I have
same
literally
role
said
I
that
expect
before.
of you.
I feel like she took that out of my mouth because I have literally said that before.
Just go 1 week
Right,
without clean
Felicia, I
towel.
did ask her this week.
You looking for a clean
I
towel?
did.
Just get out the shower. You be pissed you don't have one. That's
Mhm.
right.
But I am
Right.
guilty of like it is not often, but I am guilty of taking out the trash and stuff. So like if I'm cooking and I'm cooking a bunch of stuff and I got a lot, like when I do my preps,
Mm-hmm.
I fill it up fast,
Right.
and I don't want to stop to do. I just take it and get it out the way and put another bag in there and keep going.
Instead of just calling
But
him and then you'll
I
get
get
in
fussed at,
trouble.
and I'd be like,
I take mine out.
I knew how I took out trash before we met, right?
Right.
That's always my argument.
I still
I
took the
I
but if you do, that's his job. Hi,
I
Nisi.
get on my son here because
But
I
it's
do
not
my
always.
wife.
See?
Yeah. I get on my son here because I know my wife. My wife get the fussing. That trash. He ain't took out the trash. I said, okay.
Yeah, that's your job.
Nigga, get the trash. I don't feel like in your mama mouth. Trash.
Skilly.
Nigga, get the trash.
Who-
Get it now.
Skilly.
He said
So
that to
do
you.
you feel pressure?
You would have got a pot
Billy, I
behind you.
say you cook often. I didn't say you didn't, Billy. Billy, I did say you cook often. But again, you still expect me. You expect after a long day of work to still come home to a hot meal. That's what you expect. Just as well.
True,
I could cut the grass, but you hate when I
I
cut
don't
the
want to
grass.
do that kind of
I
stuff.
don't. My lines
I
ain't
don't
straight.
want the argument.
Grass.
I don't even want the argument. Because sometimes I like to do those kind of things because of the cardio behind it. So,
Ooh.
but I tried to
Right.
shovel snow one time and it was a whole big thing. And I'm like,
No. If
what
you
are you worried about what other people think? I
lawnmower,
actually want to do it.
if it's the drive lawnmower, I'll do it. But if it's that,
No, the shovel, that's the cardio.
no.
My daughter get out there before my
This is
son.
Yeah.
My daughter get
I
out there
like it
before
for
my
the
son
cardio.
will. I used to tell my daughter, no, you go sit your butt in the house. Go get your brother. But out here and help me shovel the snow. You doing?
But she needs to learn how to do it just as much as he does, because she may not want to deal with a man sometimes, to where she want to be single and she's gonna have to learn to do it.
I hope she don't.
Skilly, you can't do it because you're always at work. Skilly, don't say I'll be able to do it. You always at work.
Man, no more. I used to be.
Hey, three, that's not true. That's not true.
That ain't true.
No. If we in the car, I don't have a problem paying for it, but you gonna pump it. I'm just not gonna do it.
See, I do that. Now I pump the gas while I'm in the car with my wife. She'll go pay for it. Like, I do little stuff.
Come out of my spending money anyway. The gas money is a whole category of its own in bills.
If it's my car, I'll do
spending money.
If I had a husband, I wouldn't mind if that's my husband. It is what it is. But if we're on a date, let's see here. Show me what you're doing.
I was thinking, I was like, are they opening their own doors too when y'all out?
Yeah.
I used to do that. I don't know why I started.
My mother-in-law and my husband's grandmother would not allow it. They will be like, you better not touch that door now.
But to be fair,
I don't touch the door
to allow men to do that for me. I'm so used to doing things on my own that sometimes I automatically just grab the door.
I'm the same way. That's why I get yelled at. Like, I better not touch the door.
When somebody does do it, I make it a point to say thank you, because I do appreciate that. That is, they don't have to do it, but they do it, so I do appreciate it. That beat me to the door because I have to. That's a have to.
Yeah.
Right, Urban. No, I think that's cool. It's sexy when men does stuff like that. Treat a lady like a
it
lady.
is. I think that, don't get me wrong, my punk has, oh shit. Y'all better not come up here arguing.
Who is that? What's up, fat guy with guns? Yeah, another man.
He came to represent for the men. I knew he was going to come eventually.
I'm sitting here listening to y'all laughing.
I'm so serious.
I'm sitting there laughing.
See?
Talking about it's your job and it's your
gas.
That ain't my job.
That y'all. That's something y'all made up.
No, it's not. Real men get gas.
My wife, she can pump gas. So if I ain't there, she can pump gas now.
Yes.
It was in your vows. You weren't paying attention.
You know what else was in my vows? Love, honor, cherish, and obey.
Yeah,
that was both ways.
Yeah,
doing that.
I don't have a problem and cherishing, but if you're not pulling your weight, you're not getting none of that. All right.
That was one way.
I gotta open my door. Why do I gotta go through all of that? If my dude is pulling weight or my husband, you get all of that off the bat. But if you're not, and I gotta do it for myself, what are we doing here?
Opening doors and pumping is pulling your weight.
All the things.
That's you being a gentleman, and that's a whole side of you that I just find sexy in a man that does that, because he's showing, like, we like to argue that women are not as strong as men and that we should know our place and things like that. Well, treat us like we're in our place. And I get it. Some women don't get it, but I'm saying there's women that when they do it, they act accordingly. They're like, oh, okay, that's nice. You
know something? What you just said is key. When you treat them that way and they act like that, when a man because you can get women who you start treating them like that, and you ain't got to do this for me, you ain't got to do that, and more so than not, now in 2023, that's what it is. I can do that myself.
Are you studying your standards with the woman? Are you setting standard with the woman? Because she gets in trouble if she does something that she's not supposed to do. That's a man saying, "Hey, listen, don't do that when you're with me." I don't know.
I was going to say, because I am before I could do that, and my husband be like, "But you're not."
He's setting his tone, and he's letting me know what it is, and I'm going to be like,
chivalry or equality? What is it?
That's two different things. Chivalry.
No, it's not two different things.
It's two different things.
They cross the line. Cross the line. It's not two different things.
Two different.
That line is pretty. I have to agree. That line is pretty clear. But we're not doing equality.
No.
I'm not doing
You know
equality. I'm not doing equality.
Have one.
Not if I'm married.
You know why you can't have both? Because if you want to be equal, then that means you get to do the same shit that I do. You want to be equal.
Pay half on the mortgage.
But I'm not doing
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, if
pay
you
half on the mortgage.
If you want to be equal, then you be equal.
Okay.
Do you want to be
Well,
equal?
if I'm working 40 hours like you working 40 hours, then you do half this housework. You do half of taking care of everything that needs to be done in the house because we both do 40 hours. We both do
I agree. I totally agree. I don't disagree with that. I totally agree with that.
Thank you, Nisi. I prefer it too.
Totally agree.
Chivalry says a lot about a man. When sometimes a man treating a woman a certain way makes that woman look at things differently because maybe she might not have never been around a man who is a man and is like, hey, this is what it is. This is how I move. And if you're gonna,
you're 100% correct. I just came in here to stir up the pot a little bit. I
don't think that I'm equal with a man physically. Absolutely not. But if we have to go out there and hustle for money, we don't have the same playing ground.
You know, I do believe that there are things that a man does and there are things that a woman does. And I believe that when those lines get blurred, that's where the problem comes in. But I believe that if you want me to let you be a woman, you need to let me be a man. Absolutely. That's what I believe. I don't mind you being a woman. You want to have this, you want to do this, you don't want to do that, you want me to do this, you want me to fine. Let me be a man. I don't believe in toxic masculinity. Masculinity is just masculinity. Because if some shit is dirty or some shit is scary or some shit is dangerous, you expect me to take care of it. And only a masculine man will take care of that. A guy who's actually a man who's not a pussy. Excuse my language. They're going to handle that. So if that's what you want, that's fine. But then you need to let me be a man and respect me as that, and then I'll let you be a woman. But don't cross over. You're going to be a masculine female. I'm a masculine woman. No. I don't want to hear that. A man, no man wants his woman to be masculine. I want a woman who's feminine and who's going to be feminine and fine and act like a woman. I don't want no woman to act like a man.
Is it acting like a man being able to do things that a man does? Is it acting like a man?
No, acting masculine is acting masculine.
Right.
Okay.
I can do this myself. Okay, if that's the case, then do it yourself. But if I say that, I'm wrong just for the mere fact that you're a female. See, I'm talking from a male perspective because women gonna say what they gonna say.
I'm not arguing with you. I actually agree with you.
The only people on this planet who are loved unconditionally are women, children, and dogs. Men are loved because of conditions. Is what we can do in a situation or what we can do for someone.
Yes, sir.
That's why we have a unique position here because we're loved not unconditional. It's conditions. You guys are loved unconditional, and it's true. So, I mean, I don't mind being a man.
We love unconditional or with conditions?
Women, for the most part, are loved unconditionally. Yes, they are women, children, and dogs. They are.
I agree with that.
They're loved unconditionally. But there's a condition on a man's love. Is what he can bring to the table. Now, when a man decides that he's going to put that same thing on a woman about what you bring in, something wrong with you. You ain't supposed to do that.
No, I don't agree.
Because if you come to the table, you at least need to be able to put some good tasting food on the table if you can't do nothing else. I'll build a table. Matter of fact, I'll go out, build a table, steal the table, do whatever so you can have a table. But I expect you to use that table the way you're supposed to. You realize how you're supposed to.
Hey, that's funny.
I'm really staunch about certain things because I'm raising a young man in this 2023, and there's a certain way that we were taught as youngsters about the way a woman is, and basically we were taught that the sun rises and sets on your vagina. That's what we were taught.
What?
And everything that they teach you as a man is that whatever you're supposed to be doing, because that's your ultimate goal. And what I teach my son is no, that's not where the sun rises and sets. If you remember back in the day when you got married, you had to pay the dude's family a dowry for him to take you. Yes. That means that he is valuable, not just you. It's always taught that the woman is so much more valuable than the man. That's not true. The dowry was paid so that we can take care of you. And I put that into my son because I don't want any woman to come along, and a lot of women to do it, and just think that they can just trick them into whatever because she's just worth so much because the sun rises and sets on what's between our legs. That's bullshit.
Fat gun. I'm just curious. What age group you in?
Oh, I'm 49.
Okay, that says a lot. But in my age group, I wasn't taught that it was from the whatever that word you use. I wasn't taught that way. I was raised to respect.
You might be outside of that. But there's a thing when you hang around with guys and you get around cats. That's always the thing. We make money. We buy fancy cars. We get all types of nice clothes, all types of stuff. Most of that ain't for us. It's because you're trying to attract some woman. And the narrative on that needs to be changed. Because I ain't never seen a person lose women chasing money, but I've seen plenty of men, the other way around. I've never seen anybody do that, lose women chasing money.
I started out with a Pinto. And my Pinto was pretty much full.
Mm-hmm.
But is that me giving that echo off?
I don't hear
I don't hear no echo.
I'm good.
Okay. But I'm looking at it. You say you're 40-something years old, so I'm looking at it totally different than me for the simple fact I'm a little older than you are. And now I believe in opening doors and closing doors, and I make sure maintenance is done on the ride and be done.
I'm cool with that.
But one thing I do is I show my wife how to fix things in case I'm not around.
Mm-hmm.
How Gina said, if the sink is all stopped up and everything, my wife knows how to get on her gut, get up under the sink and take the pipes loose. Because she done seen me done it, and I done talked to her the whole time I'm doing it.
And I'm cool. I have a Gen X wife. You want to know something? I didn't have to show her how to do that. She can do it herself. Because she was by herself doing things when she ain't had no man.
But see, there you go. She was by herself.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that I can't do it, but I'm telling you, if I'm not there, she can do it herself. My wife is very independent. My wife got all types of undergrad, grad degrees. She's a boss. She's a COO. She's a boss.
But it doesn't take that. It doesn't take all that.
She has to handle her business if I'm not there. One of the reasons why I married her is because I felt she could match what needed to be matched if I wasn't around. So if I'm not there, or I got to go off way somewhere, she can handle the business if I'm not there for some reason I can't be. For whatever reason. So I ain't got to be worrying like, oh man, is she going to be able to take care of this? No, I don't got to, because I know she's going to handle the business.
Well, she can, even my wife, she can handle the business, but she can't handle as good as I can.
You want to know something?
Regardless what it is.
My wife is just as smart and can do things regardless. I married her because of that. Not because I wanted to have somebody that was less than me. I wanted somebody to be able to enhance me. I married up. Because I know what I feel about myself. And when I look at her and I watch how she moves and what she does, I be like, yo, when she get feisty and we in different situations or whatever, that's a turn on for me. When she start talking, using all them big words and cussing people out without saying one cuss word, I'm like, yo, that's my woman right there. That's how I be having different things in my mind and stuff about, because I just look at it a certain way. I'm like, yeah, she gonna handle the business. I ain't gotta worry about that. And that's what I want. I want to be able to feel that way. I can handle everything and anything. But I want to know that if for some reason I can't be there, she's gonna be able to get down and do what she gotta do and handle the business, and she got my back. I love that. That's one of the reasons I married her. Because I felt, hey, she's smart as me, maybe a little bit smarter than me. And I don't mind that. That's cool. I married up for a reason. I wasn't stupid. I wasn't gonna marry somebody I gotta worry about, can't do shit, don't know how to handle nothing. All I do is put pressure on me.
I like that.
No argument with you. At the
I guess she was a girl with no brothers, and she had to do it all.
She didn't.
Learned.
She's the oldest. She was the oldest of three.
Okay, that says something right there. If she's the oldest, that says a lot right there.
Yeah, I'm a middle child of brothers, and I know how to do a lot. And I'm grateful for that.
Gina, I'm not kicking you to the curb.
I know how to do some things.
I'm not kicking you to the curb, Gina.
I'm just saying, and I could throw them hands with the guys. Don't play with me, because I was by guys. Now, can I probably hit as hard as all of them? Maybe not, but you're gonna get caught off guard.
Yes, you can if you use the right thing.
That's right. If you got a back or a good something, you can hit just
right.
So force multiply for a reason.
But I agree with that. Like, you definitely want to know that. First of all, there's this in both sides. You need to feel like you can trust that person is not going to fall apart when stuff happens on both sides. So there's a safety in the only way you can feel like you let a man be a man is if you feel like you could trust that you're going to be okay while he's leaving.
Absolutely. You got
to. But just like they say, behind every good man is a better woman because she is staying at her strength to make sure she keeps you held up.
Absolutely.
So right, she controlling that backbone. She controlling that backbone.
Ain't nothing wrong with that because a lot of times when you go out here in this world as a man, there's a thing that's expected of you that's not expected of women. It just is. That's the society that we live in.
Gas in your wife's car.
Well, you know something? That's the fact. I can do it. I don't mind. And if I'm with her in the car, I will put the gas in the car.
Yeah.
But if I'm not with her, she don't have a problem putting the gas in the car.
Ain't no need calling me telling me you at the gas station. You better put it in there. You're there.
I'm just saying.
Say that, Jack. Say that.
I'm just saying before the work week, fill up the gas tank. Just before the work week, fill up her gas tank.
But you know the thing with that is now, as being a man and you out working and all that stuff, and you're coming in different times and all that. A woman also has to take consideration. Okay, I'm out now. I'm burned up. Let me go ahead and fill a tank up so he ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, you know the car was empty when you parked it.
That's it. You got a big old meter.
Your stomach was empty when you came home.
Well, my thing, that's like me when I was 7 days a week.
Why you didn't?
You want to know something? I'm a different type of man. If I know my stomach is empty when I get home, I jump in the kitchen and I throw down and I just handle the business.
Yes, sir.
I don't walk in the door and be like, hey, baby, did you cook me some dinner? Nah, if she cook me some dinner, cool. If she don't, brother take care of his own. Matter of fact, I cook better than my wife. So it is what it is. I'm not that guy.
Hey, fat guy, chill for a second. Chill for a second now. I hope she's not in the room and nowhere near. You ain't gonna be. Don't say that, bro.
You ask my wife will tell you it's the truth. My wife is a realist.
Well, let her say that. You let her say. You don't let her say that.
Yeah, all the time. I'm not worried, but she won't get mad at me. She won't nothing. She knows that it's true. And when I cook, you know something, she'd love it. Oh my God, this is good.
I can't cook. My wife is the best cook in the house.
I know how to cook.
Nothing. Don't have me cook you nothing.
I'm the youngest of three brothers. My mother taught us how to cook. All of us, all three of us.
My daddy know how to cook though. I don't know.
My brothers know how as well. My brothers know how to cook, even though they make their women believe that they can't. And I'll be like, y'all done, because they know how to cook. And I mean, they know how to cook. They don't just go in there playing. They know how to cook. They could let them make you think they can't.
If I want something, I don't wait for her to do it. I can make it myself, and it's gonna be delicious.
So let me ask you three.
I'm not gonna brag about anything, but if you ever been to the Water Tower in Chicago, that restaurant in there, I've cooked in there quite a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
I've never been there either.
Me either. But so do you men feel times pressured by your wives or your partners on doing different tasks? Do you feel like sometimes it's like a burden to where we want it done at a certain time and you know it needs to be done, but you still drag your feet when it needs to come to doing it?
I do that all the time. That's something I strive to get better at. I'm something that I'm trying to get better at. Because there's certain things I don't like to do. Like I don't like washing dishes. So in general, I don't. But I've taken up part of doing that now because my wife asked me, hey, what you gonna do to help me with this? I said, you know something? I'll do this part. Because I thought about it. I thought about it. I said, you know something? There's nothing wrong with me doing it. There's a thing that I have. I remember my dad used to always be like, that sink full of dishes. I've been looking at it for 2 days. How come you ain't washed it? My thought was always, well, you've been looking at it. Why you just looking at it for 2 days? Why?
You got kicked out the house at the age of 7, right?
No. I never said it to him, but that's what I would think. No. So, I just, It's something that I'm trying to get better at because it's something that I don't like to do. Now,
And
I'll admit that I'm
it's
trying.
the effort. That's what matters.
That means a lot, though.
Even if it's not in her time, I'm like, listen, I'm trying. And sometimes she'll suck it up and she'll just take it. But if I'm just blatantly just not doing it, I can understand her getting upset. But if I'm trying to make progress, please give me some leeway.
It matters.
It does. It does matter.
I don't have a
that
problem
goes a long way for me.
I don't have a problem with doing things in the house. I tell my wife straight off the bat. I said the house is yours and what's outside is mine. But I come in the house and I do whatever needs. I cook, I clean. Now, one thing I can say is I may not clean as well as my wife do, but I clean.
It's not about that.
I don't do it. I don't do it like she do.
Right, that's it. That's it. I clean, I wash dishes, I cook and everything. But when it comes to cleaning, I'm a clean, but it may not be to her quality.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. She ain't gonna change that pipe at your quality. So that's
right.
That's just how it goes. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm learning because there was a saying that I hate, and it ain't nobody happy if mama ain't happy. I think that's bullshit. I understand that in a marriage, two people make 100%. It's not 50 and 50. You're 100. You're supposed to bring 100% to it if you can. Sometimes I might only bring 70. Sometimes I might just be slacking off and only bring 50. But I believe that if we both ain't happy, the house ain't happy.
Yes,
sir. As a man, it's not for me to decide, oh, it's just for you to be happy and I gotta be miserable. If I gotta be miserable for you to be happy, then something is wrong. I've also come to understand it's my job to make me happy, not her. And it's her job to make herself happy. It's not my job to make her happy. Now I can do things that'll do it and that'll make her happy, but that's not my job. And it's not her job to make me happy either. That's how I view it.
So I'm glad you said that.
I put it this way: as of tomorrow, it'll be 38 years. Am I happy?
Are you?
I hope so.
I have to be happy at 38 years.
I was about to say, I hope so.
You want to know something? Because you've been with somebody 38 years, don't necessarily need to be happy. But if you tell me that
These
you're
is
happy,
facts.
you got a big old grin on your face when you talk about your wife. You look like you're happy to me. So hey.
I know she happy.
I know she is.
I'm only 19 years.
All right,
in.
get it out your mind, Erica. Get it out your mind. Get it out your mind.
Is that marriage is work, and that's what you learn. You're taking two people who have two totally different ideas. You agree on something, but a lot of things you don't agree on, and you have different personalities. I didn't change and have a personality that's different because I got married, and neither did you. So marriage is work. That's how it's supposed to be.
This is the way I see it.
Let me change the subject for 1 minute. Erica, I do not grow mangoes here. I've got 1, 2, 3. I got 5 mango seeds growing, but I do not grow mangoes here. I'm in Georgia with you. I'm in Georgia with you. I don't grow mangoes.
Every time I see you, you have mangoes. Where's your mango?
You grow mangoes
I
in
know
Georgia.
you got a mango next to you, you liar.
You got a whole bush or tree or something somewhere.
Right.
A window right now.
Always got a mango. Where's your mango? Let me see your mango. Go.
It's in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it. It's in the refrigerator.
What's up, African dreaming?
Man, what's up? What's going on, y'all? What's good? What's good?
You got it, bro.
Hey, shit! I heard y'all talking about pumping gas and unconditional love. I said, what the hell? Let me come on over, see what's going on over here. And then y'all talking about mangoes but I will agree with Zach on this last point. I really do think it's after getting married, I kind of got annoyed by that saying myself, even though I've said it when I was younger. I think it's happy spouse, happy house. Versus the complete happiness of one versus the other, so everybody got their own philosophies, but I think it's 50-50. That's just me.
Well,
that's just me. I'm still.
I agree with you.
I agree with you too. And I always say marriage is 50-50. But at one point, and depending on the situation, I got 100% to her 50. Depending on the situation.
And that's my thing. It's 100.
Yeah, and I'm with the 100, but again, J3, a happy anniversary tomorrow, and you finna turn 114 years old. You not gonna see the world the way that I see the world.
I'm trying to make it to 113, not 14.
Okay, 13. My bad. I apologize, sir. But it's just gonna be some ideological differences that we not gonna coincide on because we from two different generations. Now, everything that I give my wife in 2023 could be equivalent to what you were doing in 83. So, hypothetically, we on the same course, but I get it. People just got different vibes and they grow, and I think we at a threshold of how could I put this? Traditionalism versus modernism. And I think sometimes modernism gets a bad rap, but at the same time, 40 years ago, when you had shows like Cagney and Lacey and Laverne and Shirley, it was all about independence and women breaking out into the workforce and doing this and that. A lot of transitions have happened since that time. So with that being said, we no longer live in an economy that is typically sustainable off of a one income. It's just not sustainable no more, right? So everybody contributes to degrees that they haven't always contributed. So with things being the way they are, I think everybody got to make adjustments. And even though, I could always learn anything from anybody, older, younger, whatever. But at the end of the day, some stuff just ain't going back to the way it was. Not in certain senses. So we've always had an egalitarian style relationship, marriage, whatever. Hell, if something on the ground and need to be picked up, hell, pick it up.
Pick it up.
I mean, it's kind of, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Everybody different though.
That's why I said it. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's any right way. I believe that in every relationship there's a different dynamic, and in my relationship, my dynamics dictate how we move and what we do. In your relationship, your dynamic dictate how you move and what you do. True. But I just when we start painting those with those big broad brushes, that's where the problem comes in. Because everybody's not gonna go for that. They're not. I'm just not going to. It's like my wife is not like Erica or like Gina or like Q or like Jay's wife or J3's wife or Skilly's wife. It's not. So we're gonna move a little bit different depending on who your partner is. And there's nothing wrong with that.
But I also agree if I'm not happy, I think you should be making me happy. That's why I also agree on
Hold it now, Erica. You got to come to realization. Every time you're not happy, that's not due to the husband.
That's right.
It
is
you
impossible.
Can be unhappy due to the situation in life, situation at your job and everything. But now you don't come home with this little attitude. Now your husband has to straighten out everything that went wrong for you today, and he knows nothing about it.
Right.
We'll have to straighten it out. What are you gonna straighten out? But my attitude can determine the atmosphere of the house.
Well, I've learned to walk away and let you have that.
Absolutely.
Have it. Do that.
Walk away.
Because it may not be anything about you.
Walk away for a lot of time.
You want to know something? I say no. There is a thing that I have inside my relationship. There is nothing, no outside influence, no nothing, no nobody coming in that's bigger than us two. Not a thing. So if there's something going on between us, that thing has to be corrected and it has to die.
Because it can't not be a thing between y'all. It could be work stressing y'all.
You brought that in, and that thing has come in and it has put something between us because you got an attitude. It needs to be dealt with. Because I shouldn't have to pay for what some asshole did at your job.
Me having an attitude doesn't mean that I'm snipping at you. It can mean that I just need I need that. Just let me be.
That's fine. That's fine. Have your space. But there's gonna come a time where you need to relinquish your space and move into our space. Because there's nothing big.
Clear it up before you come in the house.
Your space is not more important than us. That's how it is in our relationship.
Right.
Now sometimes we fall short of that. Sometimes I fall short of that. But that's the rule. There is nothing in our relationship that's bigger than us. If it is, then we gotta kill it. There's things that I hate to do. When my wife comes to me and say, "Hey, you need to do this because I'm tired of it. You need to take care of it." I have to get in my head, yo, there's nothing bigger than us. And this thing is bigger than us right now, so I got to kill it. So I just got to move and do something. That's even something that's not unreasonable. Go ahead and take care of it.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I want to have my wife. If I didn't, I wouldn't have married her. I'd be with somebody else or be by myself, just doing whatever. So it is what it is. You know, I mean,
Hey, I got a question. Can I propose a question because of what Zach said? If you've been married any length of time, I think you went through that scenario. So now, for me personally, a lot of what he just said is 100% because we've had those talks too. Like, okay, whatever happened outside, whoever do what says, if you have a bad day, if tell me about it so I can give you that space, let you kind of do your thing. You in one room, I'm outside, whatever. But I don't like the idea of taking it out on each other because I think that, and I'm asking, this is a question. I personally think it may be easier for men to cut that switch off than it is for women, but I'm gonna ask y'all if that's true or not. But for me, I don't give a damn what the world put me through, what kind of day I done had. I never come home and like take it out on her. I'm not, I don't get moody. I leave all that stuff in the car, even if I gotta sit out in the car for 30 minutes before I walk in the house. I just never bring it inside the crib. So, do y'all think that's easier for men to cut off, or
I think
that
so. I
women?
learned from one of my OGs who she was married to a man who I really admired. He passed away. He was a hard man to live with. I mean, really hard. Another thing was men do a better job compartmentalizing than women do.
Yes.
It's easy for us to take things and put it up on the shelf, throw it in the back, leave it there, and keep it moving. Now, we may leave it sometime in there too long before we address it.
That's why do that? Why leave it there? Just
you want to know something? Because men are from Mars and women are from Venus. That's why. Because we handle things differently. It's easier for us to just take it and put it in a box and throw it on the shelf and keep moving forward and keep going towards the goal, going towards the vision. That may be a mistake, and I may have to go back there and destroy that box. But I can still keep moving, and I know how to land the plane. I don't have to circle the runway. Most women circle the runway. They don't land the plane. Now, I didn't just make that up.
What do you mean by that?
I got that from my OGs.
What does that metaphor mean? I don't understand.
Sometimes you worry more about the journey to get to the point when you just need to get to the point. There are times when you need to worry about the journey, but there are times when getting to the point and getting it done is the way for it to be. And there are times when you need to worry about the journey, but land the plane. Sometimes you just need to land. After a while, if you keep flying around, you run out of gas and you crash. But if you land the plane and you get on the ground, then we can handle stuff. And we may need to go back and handle that, and we can go back and handle it. But land the plane.
So are you saying, like, when you're saying circle, are you saying like if there's an issue that it just keeps coming up? Is that what you're saying?
No. You're within the issue. You just keep going around it over and over and over while it's going on. Let's get to the point. I understand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. I wasn't getting that. I was like, I was seriously not getting it.
I understand you have emotions and feelings and all that. I do. I understand that. But let's, as men, we're solution driven.
Yep.
Right.
Let's fix this. Let's try to get to a solution. So you're gonna come to me as a man and just listen. Don't say nothing. Just no. That's not who we are. We were made to give solutions. So the same way you want to understand, the same way you want me to understand you is the same way you need to understand me. I'm a solution-driven guy. Most men are. We want to get to the point. Let's get it fixed. Let's get it handled. Then we can keep it moving.
I put it this way, Gina. I put it this way. Me personally, I'm twice retired. Uncle Sam and working in the prison system. My head was hurt many days I came home, but I don't bring it in the house. And many days, even throughout my marriage, I tell my wife, we're not going to bed mad at each other. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I had to keep saying all the time because now I know women sometimes could just get an attitude for no reason, but I tell her plain and simple, we're not going to sleep and we're mad at one another. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about it if it's that bad. Other than that, I just let it go. If it's not going to harm us, let it go. And that's it. That's how I approach it.
Mm-hmm. I think that we reason. First of all, what's up, everybody?
What up, man?
What's up, Bill?
J3, don't be waving at me like that. Hey, so yesterday we had we had a conversation which rooted from a prior conversation on Sunday, and I did not know until yesterday that me being as direct and getting to the solution was blocking out what she was telling me and she wanted me to hear. Now, not saying either one is right or wrong in those type of scenarios. Sometimes women need the acknowledgement of being heard and being acknowledged. But like Zach say, sometimes men want to skip over all the fuss and excitement and solve the problem without hearing how the problem became or why it's a problem in the first place.
Well, Billy, I believe that listening to the problem is part of landing the plane. See, I don't just want to overlook it. I've heard you, I've listened, I've analyzed. Now let's fix it. Stop going off about it incessantly. Now let's go ahead and fix it. Well, I didn't come to you for a solution. So you just basically just want to drop a burden on me and just leave it out there. It just is what it is. That's not who I am. I'm looking for a solution. You need to understand me the same way that you require me to understand you. That's what it is. It's not just, oh, I just have to not be understood because I just got to understand you. That's not how that works. That's not me giving you 100 and you giving me 100. That's not how that works.
Would you agree that there's just some things that no matter what, your wife can't fix that for you?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Same, sir. So there's some things that just need to be said. There's no fix. There's no fix. There's no solution. Just listen and digest and move on.
But but because of who I am, I'm still going to try and see if there's a solution. That's where you need to understand. The fact that I listened to you and that's what you needed to just get it off your chest. Now that you dumped it on me, you need to understand now it's my part. I want to find a solution for you because I care about you. I want to try to make it right for you. And if I can't, then I just can't. But you need to allow me to do it because I allowed you to dump it on me.
I get it. But what you're not hearing is exactly where that argument happens. You're not listening. Because when you are listening, you're going to figure out in the listening that there's no solution. There's no fix.
And that's where we disagree. No. As a man, I always think that there's some type of solution. And even if you know that there isn't, let me fumble around with it. I'm doing it out of the fact that I care about you and I love you and I want to make sure that.
Sometime in marriage, you have to be the counsel. You have to be the counselor, the therapist.
Yeah,
where it takes more listening. Where it takes more listening than answering.
It does exactly. I tell my husband we're having conversations sometimes. I'm like, you're listening to this time. You're not listening to understand.
No. After I've listened to you, after I've listened and understand, there may not be a solution, but I just may think that I can because I'm trying to make you feel a certain way and make you feel secure. And I may be all wrong, but the fact that I'm trying to do it isn't wrong. I'm doing it from a place. So then let me do it. And if at the end you say, hey, it's not that, it is what it is, fine. But let me be who it is that I am. Don't try to stop me from being who I am because you want to be who you are. That don't work. Let me bring my 100. I just let you drop your on me. Let me bring mine.
That's that young gun energy.
It is what it is. But let me do mine. I'm not doing it from a bad place. I'm doing it from a good place.
And that's understood. But it for us sometimes it can feel like we're still not being heard. Because even if you're listening, this doesn't go any further. If you're listening to understand me,
I can listen to you. You know what I said?
One other question.
But I still want to do something, even though I listen and I understand.
You know what women are good at?
How long you been married, fat guy? How long you been married?
Almost 20 years.
He said, "Oh, I was
almost
say
20."
19.
Okay.
And I'm 13 in. My anniversary was Monday. However, one thing that women are good at is listening to understand and not try to fix things.
Right. But you assume that every man is
at that. And sometimes we just need it.
Every man is not the same. Especially when you live with a woman who always wants you to listen and understand.
It gets heavy.
She trains you to a certain point. And sometimes you have to fight that thing that you know in order to be able to do it. I don't do it perfect all the time, but there are times you learn. See, life is still a learning process. Just because you're married, learning don't stop.
Now that's
you learn how to do that thing. All this stuff, it all runs together. So your wife teaches you certain things, and you teach your wife certain things.
I agree with that. And I do accept the effort in trying to do it. I do accept that. Because I get that. It was times where me and my husband bumped heads on that, but I do notice when he does make the effort, and I appreciate that.
And let me tell everybody up here and everybody listening, ain't nothing wrong with a good old fight.
Yeah, my mother and father been married over 50 plus years. And they say that all the time. My father, there's nothing wrong with a good fight. We have a fight, man. Dad, I'm mad. We've been married for 2 years. You ain't even have enough argument shit. My pastor said that to me straight up. They've been married for 50 plus years.
I can only talk about grandparents. I done seen my grandmother and grandfather married for so many years, but the children never saw them argue at one another.
I never saw my
They had their time, but the kids never saw it and didn't know nothing about it.
I never saw my parents argue. I was shocked to hear that.
All my years in life, I've never seen them get into an argument or a fight. Well, my father would tell you in a minute, you ain't even had enough arguments yet. He'll tell you that in a minute.
Right, Urban.
Yes, I do.
Oh, they like that makeup part. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well,
time for a promo.
We know something that
sometimes start arguments just to make up.
Hey, like I said, time for a promo.
Next, you go hold up a mango.
See your ass walking down the hallway, butt naked with sheets stuck all through you.
That's crazy.
Stuck all through you, trying to go.
That's a new one.
Drag her and the sheet
honey
down behind you in the hallway.
A peach in his mouth, ain't it? Boy, a mango in his mouth.
It is what it is.
Mike had said something. He said sometimes y'all don't like the answer, and that is absolutely true.
Absolutely.
I just recently understood that sometimes they're gonna tell you stuff, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna be all in your feelings. And if you just take the time to process what they said and apply it, it actually does work out better and take your feelings out of things.
Yeah.
Is that us or them?
And that's both ways. I think that's both ways.
Yeah.
It is.
Let me ask you ladies a question, because we had this conversation. Billy might know what I'm getting ready to say. So I've had my wife ask me this from time to time, and I have a standard answer. She asked me, why do you love me? You know what my answer is? Because I do. I don't have no specific examples or because you do this or because you do that. Because most of those things, the way that I see it, because you cook good or because you take care of the kids, a lot of that stuff is superficial. I love you because there's just something in me that love you. It ain't about things. It ain't about one thing in particular. It ain't about a group of things. It ain't about what you do.
I agree with that.
That's the same answer I got.
I get what you're saying.
I do.
I love you because I do.
Right. That's a great answer. But sometimes if your woman is coming to you and she's like, why do you love me? There's a reason why she's asking that. She might be in a moment where she's just insecure. She knows that you love her, but hearing it sometimes means a lot at that point in time, and reassuring her that, you know what, I do appreciate a lot of things that you do.
I just said it.
But
I love you because I do.
Like you said, land the plane. We don't want you to land the plane. You want us to understand you, to understand how a woman feels about certain things that they're going to ask you. That question is
I totally agree. And as long as it's reciprocal, I'm with it. I totally agree. But the more times than not, it's not reciprocal.
Okay, I got it.
That question goes along with that what we were talking about before. You women often ask that question looking for their ideal answer.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Whenever I ask that question, I just want to know
because
why you
sometimes
do. That's it.
I told you why. I told you why. You just don't accept the answer.
You just don't accept that
If I
answer.
have an idea why you like me, then I don't have to ask you that question. If I'm asking it from you, is because I want you to say it to me because I need to hear it from you. And it's blanketed. It's a blanketed statement because I do. Yeah,
That's my answer. That's my answer. And if I think
men are different from women, right?
Right.
Okay, this is something that some women ask that question because they just need to know. We're built different. We think different.
You just want me to start giving you superficial. You just want me to start giving you superficial stuff.
It shouldn't be superficial. If you love somebody, you should be able to rattle that off in a heartbeat.
I agree with that. There's so many things.
In my house, I love the way you take care of my kids. I love the way that you get up every day. I love you in your sweatpants and your curlers and you're looking crazy. I think that's when you're.
I'm gonna tell you. I love my wife.
Nothing on at all.
Sometimes it's indescribable. There ain't nothing that I can put in words. It's because I do.
Listen.
I think you can describe it because you told us earlier how you like the way she moved. You like that she matches you.
A lot of that stuff. It is a becoming.
Like she's a boss. Those are all good ways.
Y'all like to be appreciated as well. When y'all do something, y'all want to hear us say, "Look at my man. Look at him. Look at him, girl."
Let me ask y'all all a question though.
To be honest, I normally don't care about that. We had this conversation too. I worry about if I think I'm doing something right.
Zach, we sat here and listened to you tell the whole story about how you want your wife or how you do things with your wife. Nobody interrupted. You want to hear our side of the story? All three of them sat here quiet and listened. So now, yes, we did. We listened to what you said.
No, you didn't. You interrupt. No, you didn't.
This is crazy. Before I lose my mind, go ahead. You're right, Zach.
I'm just messing with you, man. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, don't tell your wife why you love her. Don't tell her why she's special.
Let me ask y'all a question though.
Because wait, I'm sorry, Billy. I don't mean to interrupt you. If we're asking you, it's because we want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from the next man. We don't want to hear from the husband at work, which I don't understand that.
Nobody else being able to verbalize it.
I want to hear it from you because that's who I want to hear from. That's what it means the most to me from, not Tom, Dick, and Harry. You tell me why you like me. Because if you ask me, all I need is 5 seconds, and I'm going to tell you everything it is that drives me crazy about you, that I love about you, that I admire about you, that just does it for me. If you can't give me that, that's a problem. And maybe you should learn how to express yourself the way you want us not to express ourselves or land a plane. We want you to land a plane and explain it. We need direction. You lead, right? And we follow. So give me the direction that I need if I'm asking you the question.
If you're willing to follow, then cool. I'm willing to move.
Give me something blanketed. I'm going with my own business. I'm be like, see, this is what I'm talking about with him. Oh, because I do. What is that? Right?
Let me ask you. If a man asks you, or you ask a man, why do you love me? And the reasons that he loved you in the first place have now changed.
They can.
They can, and they do. Does he not love you as much because those things have gone away that he loves so much?
No, but what's wrong with telling your woman the reasons why you love her? I don't even understand how this is a problem. I'm asking you, why do you love me? It should not be a problem for you to say, girl, I love you because you cook fried chicken the way I love it. I love the way you walk through this house with your house slippers on.
That is not. We need to understand that you're not with us because you're comfortable with us. In some relationships, people get comfortable to where they're scared to leave a relationship. And sometimes it could be our bodies change or just certain things change within us. So we need to understand that you still love something about us. You could say, oh, I liked it better when you were skinnier, to where I could be like, all right, well, what else do you love?
Busting the chops in the process.
Exactly. Right. You walk off and
I understand what Carbon is saying. She and instead of just saying I love you, just give me a simple list. Give me 5 reasons why you love me.
Thank you. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you.
You
want to know something from your man? If that's what you expect, you know your man. That's what you're gonna get. But you want to know something? My wife know me, and I don't have to say these things. She sees them in my actions and what I do. I don't have to say it.
Hold
And that's important too, but sometimes you want to hear it.
My wife I gives my wife money to buy grocery. I take care of the house. I do everything in the house that I need to get done. I do everything outside. She sees I love her, but she needs to hear the word too.
Yeah, right. That's another thing. You said she needs to hear. That's fine. I love you, baby.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with saying I love you.
I love you, baby. There you go. Cool.
But then she asked you.
See, when we ask you,
why do you love me?
Because I do.
There you go. There you go.
Zach.
Get him back.
Billy.
I
think Billy. How old are you, Billy?
It is an answer, but it is an answer.
That's a beautiful thing.
I'm in my lower mid-40s.
Okay, that answers that. I can see you two right there. I can see you two. Y'all what we call young'uns.
What?
Your mind is a young'un, even though you married.
That's that my woman that I deal with come from a different generation than yours. So she relates
does,
to me.
but she ain't asking that question because she's from a different generation. She's asking that question.
My woman relates to me differently.
She's from the same generation you from, no.
Well, if that's the case, if she's gonna ask you, then that's fine. But there was somewhere along the way where her experience was different than mine and different than my woman. So when I say it to her, she don't get mad.
She probably doesn't, but at the same time, it's probably a slight frustration in the fact that there was no.
You want to know something? Because if she's frustrated, she tell me. My wife don't know how to display. Oh no, she gonna tell me if she don't like something.
She doesn't. Listen.
She gonna let me know.
Listen. As long as you've been married, your wife is not gonna tell you every time she's frustrated with you. She's not gonna tell you.
I'm not gonna tell you every single time, but 99% of the time she will. That's what I'm saying. You don't know my wife that I live with.
No, I'm talking about I'm not talking about your wife. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm talking about a woman.
Long before you met me.
Every woman being as that. Let's say being as that. Why even ask the question? If I know that asking you the question, I'm gonna get this answer. Why am I even asking?
Right, Gina.
Right. That's on you.
And for Mike,
I want to know. I'm not asking to hear what I know you typically gonna say because I wouldn't waste my breath.
Right.
My answer doesn't change though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You totally missed the point when she said we're getting older, or we may have gained weight, lost weight, and we're not the same person that you saw before. It's just a reassurance. It's not that hard to tell somebody if you love them, why you love them.
I understand what you're saying.
Mike, when you said, but y'all say take your ass on somewhere, right, straight to the bedroom. Now you can show me instead of telling me.
I mean, my thing is, I understand exactly what you're saying. Your body's changing, and that's changing. You see this and you see that. Okay. Am I telling you, oh man, I don't like that. I don't want this. I don't want that. Am I not being this way?
I don't find something you don't like something about me. You don't like my hair color. Then I might consider changing it because I know my husband might not like it, or my dude might not like it. You know, maybe I'll change that.
I'm gonna tell you if I don't like it. And if I'm not, I don't like it.
If my wife asks me, why do you love me? I'm gonna say, I love you because you pump the hell out of that gas when I'm not around. We gotta go, y'all.
That's a serious question. I have a question for everybody on the panel. Do y'all know what your love language is?
Say one more time.
They don't want to tell you why they love you. They're gonna have a thing. Never mind.
Do you know what your love language is? And do you know what your spouse's love language is without them telling you?
Yeah, my spouse's love language is she likes to eat.
Absolutely.
Maybe you don't listen.
That's not a love language.
No. So I vocalize.
There's five of them.
I vocalize.
I got books and all that stuff. Though, what your love language is and all that. We've been through that stuff. I got all that. Those books. Been to those.
I'm just saying, but do you know what yours is?
I know. Nah, I don't pretty much worry about it.
If I know there's a
Everybody has a love language.
Everybody has to have a love language.
Everybody has.
I probably do, but I don't sit down and I gotta pinpoint and know what it is.
If I know there's a peach and a mango sitting on the counter,
oh my
I know
God,
what the deal is. I know. And I didn't put it there. I know what the deal is.
Right.
Wait. That's not love language.
That is a love language.
That's sex language.
You get the peach or the mango.
You got words of affirmation. You have touch. You have
acts of service.
Acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's 5 of them, right?
5. Yeah.
How
many did you name already?
I did 3. Acts of service, words of affirmation, touch. Physical touch is what it actually is. Physical touch.
Is any encouragement in there?
No.
It might be.
That's words of affirmation.
I said that one.
But that's what Billy was asking. No, there's 5. Quality time.
Quality time. Yes.
Receiving gifts is one of them. So.
That was okay. What did I say? I said words of affirmation, quality time, touch,
acts of service.
Acts of service. Isn't acts of service gifts?
No.
Oh no, for service would be different. You're right.
What about that 6 love language? Peace and quiet.
That's why you got a man cave. Go in your cave and lock the door.
Wait,
and actually, I'll be the one wanting that. So,
love language, peace and quiet.
Acts of service. A lot of women probably do. That's probably a number 1 for a lot of women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Acts of service. Absolutely.
Like for me to come home and something be done that I would normally be doing, and I don't have to now do it.
Mm-hmm. One of them conditions. Mm-hmm.
Right. That's not a condition. But a lot of times, and I think that, and I was guilty of this, so I know this is true. A lot of times we pour our love language onto our partner. So what we like, we then do for our partner as if that's what they like.
Right.
So say it's acts of service for me, and then I give acts of service to them, and it's like, no, honey, I want touch. I want physical touch. That's my thing. So learning what that person needs from you, and them knowing what you need from them, that matters.
It matters a whole hell of a lot. I'm messing with y'all a lot because this is fun. I like getting you riled up over there because she all riled up. And I love
it. When you getting all us in hot fucking water while you dancing around having laughs.
Hey, his wife ain't nowhere. His wife ain't nowhere around, so he can say and do anything.
You'd be surprised. My wife could be downstairs listening right now.
My husband probably right in the other room.
You'd be surprised. My wife be asking me questions about lives all the time. I'm like, I know you was watching. Yeah, I was watching. So that doesn't. I say my wife knows who I am. She knows who she married.
Yeah, mine's in the dining room. I know she hears me.
She knows who I am. She knows who she was. My wife knows all my dirt when I was in the church and before we got married. All my house. She knows who I am.
She know all your dirt when you was in the church.
Oh yeah, when I was a preacher, and she knows.
What about your dirt? What about your dirt in the street? Dirt before you grow up or whatever, but not your dirt in the church.
I never was a street guy. I'm not a street guy. I'm a stand-up regular dude. I'm a solid guy. I never was a street guy. Now I grew up with street guys, and I'm from the neighborhood, but I never was a street guy.
Y'all ain't answer Gina a question. Nobody except for Zach. Ain't nobody else answer.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. We weren't listening, Jay. Duh.
Hey, Billy. Hey, Billy. I apologize.
That's right.
Hey, matter of fact,
you didn't answer.
Hey, can Billy go next? Because I can see it in his eyes that he has a very just really profound.
What is your love language?
Hey.
Quality time, acts of service, physical touch, words of affirmation, and what was the 5th one? I keep forgetting one.
He ain't heard none of that, Gina.
You know something? I'm gonna take a guess.
Giving gifts, Gina.
Oh, gifts.
Yeah, gifts.
Thank you, Carbon.
You're welcome.
For the
And
man,
it's not like expensive gifts. If that's the type of person you pick,
flowers,
and that's what you've been doing. It could be something small. Yeah,
you know.
I do all that.
No.
Your
Love language is not what you do. It's what you enjoy receiving.
Erica says she wants to hear this. Talk, Billy. Talk, Billy.
I think gifts and services is most important for me.
He made up his own gifts and services.
he said gifts and services.
He's like, I'll make gifts and services.
I think I need to send you some of this honey, Billy.
I take gifts and service for $300.
No, it ain't gifts or services.
It's gifts or acts of service.
Acts of service.
Acts of service. Yeah.
I like those acts of service. I feel more calm and relaxed and willing to have that the rest of that language if the acts of service part is the first part.
Sorry. What was yours, J3?
Well, I do so much for it, it's hard to really say.
It's not about what you.
It's not about her. It's about you.
But this is what I'm saying. This is stuff that I do. This is what I do and did because okay, now every week on a Friday, I would bring her a rose. It costs $1.99, but I always bring her a rose on every Friday.
Jay, get him.
And besides, and on the other side of that is now, like I said, I'm retired twice. My wife retired.
Oh, hey, sir.
Listen.
Pardon me, sir.
Hold on.
Okay. The dialogue. It's the dialogue. I understand 72 was a good year. They ask you if you do an acts of service. If you just
give.
Yeah. Answer the question.
Acts of service.
What's your love language?
It's so much I do to show her that I love her without me saying it.
No.
Your acts of service, or is it that you like?
What do you like? What do you want her to do for you? What is your love language? Not what you do for her.
Urban.
I can't say all that, man. I can't say all that.
You say you can't say all that?
What I need her to do for I can't say all that.
Well, that goes with
Sorry. The 5 love languages.
Mango and honey.
I only need one.
Mango and honey gifts.
There you go, Tack.
Zach, what is yours?
I mean, when I think about it, I have to think about it. I don't know. I really like, for the most part, to not be hassled. That's my love language. Don't hassle.
So the one thing that she does that brings a smile to your face when she does it.
There's a lot of things that she does when she brings a smile to my face.
That are like
when she walk in the door, she bring a smile.
When she does come home, she brings a smile. Even if I'm not smiling, because I don't smile.
There has to be one thing that
my insides are smiling.
We're supposed to understand y'all, and y'all can't even say what your love language is.
He just said it. Quality time.
Quality time.
He just basically said time.
Yeah, but you say quality time, but how do I define quality time?
You mess with you.
What is your
Billy?
He said he wanted at least 10 minutes of her time. That's all. Just 10 minutes of her time.
Skilly, what's your love language?
The service thing.
Acts of service.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay? I'm a guest, Jay's.
I
don't even.
Okay, you got it.
I'm gonna try to guess because I've seen enough of you and April, and we never see anything below camera. So I'm gonna say physical touch.
I'm gonna say physical touch for I would say physical touch. Definitely.
Is April listening?
She was. She in the living room now. Actually, it's acts of service, and physical touch.
I like it. Look, we all guess in touch. Urban even said touch in the chat.
I like number 7. Gifts of service. I like that, Billy.
Gifts of service.
Gifts of
Active
service.
service includes, it kind of encompasses all of that, because when you do something for your partners, whether it's physical, whether it's just, giving them, something that they like, making their favorite dinner, or just whatever little thing that you do for them. It kind of falls underneath that. So, yep.
Yeah.
Then I
I
guess,
am definitely.
and if I say this, so understanding that I just need quiet right now, and I don't need you to dump nothing on me. That can be part of an act of service, maybe, because and that you want to know something. That's my love.
Her making sure that
right.
I'm sorry, Carmen.
It's just you communicating to your partner, and if your partner knows you, and they're like, "Yo, just give him his space when he's ready."
That part.
And then they understand where you're coming from. But if you have a partner that doesn't know that you need space to digest whatever it is you had going on in the day before you interact with everybody in the house, then you might have a problem. But you need to verbalize that and make sure that that partner understands that.
Do you want to understand? You know something? My wife totally understands my love language, because there is a thing that we have. It's almost a rule. She don't like it, but she does it. After a certain time of night, I don't want to hear no problems. I don't want, unless the house is burning down and the house is falling down, I don't want to hear no problems.
So in other words, Zach said, "Don't wake me up, woman. Don't wake me up."
No, I ain't even gotta be asleep. There's a certain time when I want to shut my mind off. And my wife asks, "What you thinking about?" I'm thinking about nothing. You want to know something? Absolutely thinking about nothing. I'm in a zone of just total peace and quiet and thinking about nothing. And when I'm in that state, I don't want you to drop anything on me unless it's life or death and the house is falling down. You want to know something? She doesn't like it, but she respects it. Not 100% of the time, but she does it. So she knows my love language down to the T. But now there are other times when she wants to do it. If it's not in that time, I just got to suck it up and do it, even if I don't like it, because she respects it. So she knows my love language. That's what I don't, there's certain times where problems, that's it. My father taught me that when you're in your house, if you can't lay your head down and not have problems in your house, then you can't be comfortable anywhere. So there's a certain time when I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear about no problems. I don't want to hear about I don't want no text messages, no phone calls, no nothing. Not until that time is over and it's the next day. Then I just got to accept it. Even if I don't like it, I might complain about it. But she does understand.
You know what's sad?
That's what I require.
You know what's sad? I am exactly that person. I am his identical twin. I have literally busted friends for calling me within that circle of time. Don't bother me. Don't call my phone unless it's an emergency after 10 p.m. I have to really like you to accept the call after 10 p.m.
Life or death. And
I don't want to get a call before a certain hour the next morning. Because when I wake up, I like to just be up and just in my space, in my thoughts and all that before I start jumping into what's going on in the world. That's just me. I've been like that all my life too. It's not even new. I was like, people, my friends feel like I was an old lady because I was like, don't do that to me. Like, I have a shut down.
I gotta go. I'm gonna get fired. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, RGG is on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fired.
All right.
I'll see y'all later. Thank you for the great conversation. Q, I understand everything that you were saying. I had to poke a bit because I know you going. I know how you gonna get. I love it. Thank you. Keep being you.
Hey Zach. Hey Zach. We'll finish this project later.
Yeah, we will.
Y'all gonna be trying to look up them love languages so y'all know what them are.
I got more than one book on them love languages. I got them.
And you can have more than one love language, just so y'all know.
You certainly can.
I don't need a book. I don't need a book for that. I wrote my own book.
More than one of those type of seminars. I've been to those over the course of about 19 years. I'm not familiar.
I apologize for yelling.
No, that's who you are. Be yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Stand by what I said. I'm just sorry for yelling.
Yeah, what you said. Don't apologize.
Don't apologize. It came out loud for what?
I'm apologizing for yelling. I still.
No, I don't even care if he yells. Come on. Go ahead, yell.
Skilly, I know you didn't just end my girl's show by saying somebody else's show is on.
Huh?
Did he?
Yeah,
He did.
Well, I apologize.
totally missed it.
I was about to finish this backstage.
Erica, I do
They
apologize.
fixing this
I'm
trampoline.
sorry.
Yeah, we in
I'm
a
sorry.
conversation.
Hey, why do
Yeah.
African Dreaming got a baby kangaroo on the thing?
It's a squirrel.
I couldn't help it. I get tempted. I got tempted. I'm
That's
sorry,
for a light
baby.
skin. Where that come from?
I don't know, but he
His
looked like he
backyard.
anywhere
He's
from
trying to get a nut.
about
Just
2.5.
kidding.
That's one of the
Girl, hush.
conversation. If you know, you know.
He a ginger.
Hey, I bet he put some toners on him. He'll be just like the rest of them.
Damn. Carbon, we all heard that. You nasty.
I'm just saying, this girls too.
I got no problem.
Harvest
I got
nut.
no problem. I see what
Urban
y'all
said,
see is. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay. I was seeing that she saw her comment.
Hell, I want to see it too.
She just said Carbon was just keeping it real.
But I had a question for Carbon. Now hear me out, because you know what I'm saying, Carbon about that life. So I'm over here, so she can't get to me. She can't get to. See? Now look here. Now something that you posed earlier. This just hold on. Just hear me out.
I'm listening.
Hear me out. Okay. Now, in fairness, when you approach your partner, and this is going by some of the breakdowns that you gave, some of the examples that you gave, in fairness to the partner, to the other person in relationship, and I like that you did give examples like, I need to hear this. What I'm saying is, I want to hear this from you. I need to hear that from you. I think it was either you or Erica said there may be certain insecurities that I just need, to some extent, validation and a reassurance that I'm still doing it for you. I just want to know how you feel. Now, okay, now this where the touchy part come in. Okay. Would it be equally fair if your partner, after discussions and conversations, said, why don't you change, do you still love me, to what am I doing that you appreciate? Because what I hear is you want to hear how you appreciate it, the ways you still value, the ways that other partner may still be giving you all the things you need. So that in and of itself could also be an error in communication or an over assumption in communication, because word placement is very powerful, because the words that we use put a definitive anticipation on what we want to receive. So that's my question to Carbon Q anyway.
For me, it's just being able to communicate with your partner. If I'm asking you, why do you love me? That's the question I'm asking. If I want to know why you appreciate me, then I'll ask that question. I may not feel like you're not appreciating me, but I just want to hear why you love me. It's two different questions, two different answers. However you choose to take it is how you choose to take it. At that moment in time, I might, like Erica even mentioned it too, I might not be feeling that great about myself. You know, you look around and everybody is store built. You know, that's all you see. That's the beauty standard right now. Men are men, you know, you're going to look, doesn't mean that you like it, but you're going to look because it's something to look at. Some women look at it too. I just need to know why it is that you love me, or what, you know, what is it about me that you still love? And if you ask me that question, it's a fair question. And I'm going to tell you why I love you. Now, if I don't love you, we got a problem. Clearly, we need to have a longer conversation about our relationship. But if my partner asks me that, I wouldn't have a problem saying, this is what I love about you. This is why I'm still in love with you. Or telling somebody that, after 5, 10 years or just a year, to me, it just strengthens my relationship with that person. It's reassurance. I'm not going to anybody else to ask that. I don't need to hear the men in the corner or at the local store say, oh, you know, you pretty. Yeah, I hear that all the time. I want to hear it from you. I want you to tell me that, because that's what's important to me, not what they said. It's nice that they said it, but it doesn't mean anything. That's just in passing. They really don't know me. You know me, and you're still here. Why? You know, why do you love me? Sometimes it's just a simple, just tell her why you love her, or, you know, it is what it is.
I understand.
You know how to cook, girl, because you know how to cook.
I will take that.
Yeah.
I will take that and be like, you like the way I cook? What you like about, which one you like? You know, what dish you like the best? And I'm going to make sure that I always have that somewhere along for you because that's what you like. You told me that. You expressed it to me. It's in my bank now. I know what it is. I'm gonna get him this because he likes that.
Yep.
I understand, and I actually with some of the questions that Gina asked, of course, it's more than 5 love languages, and I actually took some of that from what's it I took a class from Lewis Gottman, Washington State University, real popular dude, yada yada yada. He came up with a whole bunch of these theories and put a lot of this together, but I do understand the positivity in putting uh stock, putting currency in a relationship. So when things get rough, you have these acquired assets. You got this build of positive energy. And I think sometimes when women, I ain't just gonna say women, I ain't never asked my wife that, but when oftentimes the woman in a relationship will ask questions like that, I understand exactly what you mean after you kind of clarified it, because those affirmations are the things that goes into a relationship that can help decrease that next argument or disagreement or fight or whatever, because you're building up positive equity. So I see the validity in that. I understand that 100%.
And another thing is
Yeah.
when you're out in the world, especially sometimes I will go with men. You guys have it really hard. You have so many things that you have to be responsible for, or you're not doing a good enough job on your job, or you get a lot of stuff that we don't, that sometimes we don't get, or sometimes we do get, depending on where you're at. When you come home and that love, when you walk through the door, that hey, did you get something to eat? You look good in that shirt today. That goes a long way for y'all. As hard as y'all are, y'all may not say that you like it, but you love it. You will miss it if somebody didn't do it for you.
Yeah.
Just to hear
Absolutely.
say something good to you, positive to you, because outside in the world, it's rough. It's hard. I worked in the jail system. You know how many times I've been called a bitch, ugly, yada yada yada. If I come home and I'd be like, why do you love me? Or I ask you a question like that, there's a reason I asked that. I've heard this all day long for 16 hours. Now I just want to hear somebody tell me, baby, I love you just because, when you laugh, you sound like a clown. It just makes me laugh, just whatever it is.
Right.
I just need that.
Right.
So
Well, actually, that's right. They're saying is you have to make your own love language, not these 5 things that they got written down, but you have to make your own love language, and that's more important than what that book says.
I agree. I think it's just the base, those 5 things, because those 5 things you
Yeah.
work them into however you want to work them into your relationship.
Well, and I agree. I understand what you're saying, J3, because me and April, we got our own love language, and most other couples do.
Everybody watch y'all on.
But,
Everybody watch y'all on here.
hold
Know
on,
you
hold
got
on.
your own love
Yeah,
language.
yeah, yeah. Okay. If you just, if I can just finish, just that's all I want. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna let me. Uh, but for people who don't have a point of origin, if they don't have a point of origin, that's a great place to start, because everybody wasn't raised and indoctrinated in love and stability. So the people who buy those type of books are either trying to really improve upon the little that they already know, or they trying to establish a place of origin. And yeah, I mean, I understand. I know what you're saying, old school. You got your own, I got my own, but it's folk out here in the world. Some folk, hell, they in their 20s. They don't even know how to bathe good. Somebody got to tell them. You got to start somewhere.
True.
So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. But I honestly think when I look, even just looking at the love languages that I mentioned, even with our children, we recognize what our children need. They're not the same.
Nope.
Each child is typically different. They need something different from us. Some children, they need the quality time. Some children need the words of affirmation.
Right.
Those they they may not work globally for every single person, but I honestly think they do. I think people just put different words to it, but it still means the same thing. The English language has all, you have one word with 10 different words that mean the same thing as that one word. It's still all the same. Most people would need certain things to feel that make them feel a little special within their any relationship. May it be um, a spouse couple relationship, or a relationship with your parents, or a relationship with your children. there's something that you need. Like quality time was big for me with my mom. I loved having quality time with her where we could just talk, we could laugh about whatever, I could share what's going on in my life, those type of things. That's, that was just something that I needed for her. Now, quality time is not technically my love language for everybody though.
Right.
For for someone else, it could be something else. So it doesn't limit you to a love language. You just understanding what you need from a person. So the person can bring you gifts all day, but if gifts are not your thing, they just wasting their time.
Yeah, it's not.
You just smile and say thank you, but it ain't really your thing.
Right. Right.
So it's just understanding what you need from certain people. And it doesn't have to be all the time. It's just those, like for me, I love hot tamales. My husband knows I like hot tamales. So when he goes out at times, he might bring me back hot tamales. And guess what? That means a lot to me. Yeah. That little thing.
Yep.
Because he thinks he took enough time to think about the thing that he knows that I enjoy. And I might not have been thinking about having a hot tamale, and now I have a box of hot tamales, and I'm like, I got hot tamales. It's just a thing.
The gas car. You don't have to go to the gas station and stand there. It's first of all, gas stations are so unsafe. But at the end of the day, you get in there and you see a full tank of gas. You're like, oh, he just loved me.
That part.
It's like I love him. Right.
And he may get some nice quality time out of that.
Right. Room in effect.
Stop talking.
I'm like, which outfit am I wearing tonight?
Right. Red light, blue light. Which one you want? Let's go.
What y'all saying? You really need to get his life together. That's what y'all saying.
Yes.
No, we're saying you need to get your life together.
Listen,
That's what we're saying. We're saying, Skilly, get your life together. Fix the trampoline.
It went over his head.
Right from the dog. Put gas in the car.
Right.
Let me tell you, that quality time from that love language being fulfilled is different than the other quality times.
Urban,
you be that quality time, you be hoping that she have all the time, and she be like, "Nah, I'm just gonna, I'm tired, but wife and all." But when that little thing has been fulfilled, that love language, you be like, "I'm gonna show out." You just wait.
Right.
I guess I'm gonna have to one day get up at 1:30 in the morning where it's not safe at the gas station. Go and get my wife that gas. I'll do it.
Look at you trying to get some quality.
You could do it in the beginning of the
week. He made sure he read Urban's comment.
Right.
Carbon, I work. I don't know. See, she by the time I get to work, she's still at work. So I don't. Our schedule is real funny.
Or guess what? Instead of going home from work, you go up to her job, get her car, fill it up, bring it back to her job, then you go home.
Right.
Don't even say nothing. Let her leave her rose in the passenger seat. So when she get in the car, she be like, and she turn it on and see her tank is full, your tank will be full later. Just saying.
Right. I'm just saying.
Fill her tank so she can empty.
You know what, Erica? I don't need to be up here tonight.
I heard you call.
There ain't no mango, ain't no honey, nowhere in sight, but it's all up here.
On that note, I gotta go. I gotta cook dinner.
This was good. This was actually
good. You got Billy waiting?
I do.
Oh,
no. Let's back up. Let's back up for a second.
And you talk about I need to do better.
You in GA, so I know what the time is.
I know. It's 8:30.
And it's going on 9:30 and he ain't ate yet.
Ain't that something? She gonna tell me I need to do better. You need to do better, Erica.
Erica. Them pots should have been rattling from the time you started this live.
Hold on, J3. I apologize. Skilly, say goodnight to everybody.
Hey, well, thank y'all for having me.
Erica,
it was a great conversation.
Yeah, it really was.
Y'all. You got Billy waiting all this time, and he done been out working all day long.
Billy, Billy needs to cook. She live. He need to cook so she ain't got to worry about it then.
Well, he cooked yesterday. He cooked yesterday.
No. He needs to cook so he can get his love language later.
That's
Gina.
Yeah.
Gina, we're not talking like that. We're being civilized right now.
I know you ain't talking.
Okay.
Right. Mr. Mango and Honey.
Well, we're gonna
Right.
civilly. We're gonna civilly hit on that love language, okay?
All right.
Let me go.
Alrighty.
Hey, great conversation, family. Y'all take care.
Y'all be blessed.
Carbon, it was good seeing you.
Have a good day.
You said hi.
Everybody. Thanks for coming.
Jay, thank you for your time. Oh, he just left and I ain't even finished thinking.
How about his mango?
Right, Urban. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna make a good meal. I can get my hip alignment done. I'll talk to you guys.
Oh,
Joe, I didn't know you was here.
Yeah, I didn't know you.
Wait, is that Jay or April?
That was
oh, it's me.
That's Jay.
Yeah, I know that Jay.
Stop.
The squirrels representing their burrows.
What's up, Alex?
What up, Skilly? What up, Jay?
These nuts.
I'm gonna end it. I'm ending this.
I was gonna say end it.
I just gotta end it right now.